Good job. You learned how to computer. So, we gonna talk?
I don't know.
Or, like, you gonna say anything? This is
I
a
learned how to
podcast.
computer.
You know, we're recording and stuff.
No, we're not.
But we are. I'm
But you haven't
looking
done your
at...
lame-ass jingle.
What about Google?
You haven't done your lame-ass jingle.
I stopped doing the jingle a while ago. Remember?
He did it last week, didn't
I'm
he?
pretty sure you did it last week, yeah.
I didn't do it last week. It's a podcast. Was that what?
And
you
that was
were
half
me to...
that was half the jingle.
Like, you kept telling me to stop singing, so I stopped
Yeah.
singing. Do you
That
want
wasn't
me to
even
stop
half the
singing?
jingle.
No.
Oh.
All right, then I won't.
Better if you don't. It's better if you don't. It's better for everyone involved if you just fucking don't.
How about I just make a new jingle right here?
You can try.
No.
Like a
it's
good
not.
neighbor,
It's
State
not.
Farm is there. There we go. That's our new jingle.
Why is that the jingle?
Original.
I'm fairly sure that's fucking copyright.
No, it's original.
What do you mean it's original?
Like a good podcast, super fun, happy Japan time fuckery is there. See, it doesn't
Super
roll
fun
off
time,
the-
Japan time.
Better off punching somebody else.
Or just State Farm commercials. They're probably more entertaining.
Damn it. It's known as Super Fun Time Japan time.
What was the last good commercial you saw? There's a lot of them. Like, I recently saw a fucking, they made a new Old Spice one, where it's them interrogating a guy with a Suds piano. It's just fucking brilliant.
I remember seeing that one.
I love Old Spice commercials.
They're
I mean-
amusing, to say the least.
Like, I don't really pay attention to ads.
Well, I mean, you do, but you don't.
Like,
You
most of
subconsciously
them
do.
are just one ear out the other. For me,
You
at
would
least.
think, but it doesn't quite work like that.
I know.
At least on
it's-
a biological level.
It's just that, for me, like, I don't actively remember them.
I think that's the worst thing to do, actually. I think that means you're the most susceptible to fucking advertising. Just
Wow.
based on how advertising is made to work, I think you're actually the target demographic.
Cool, I guess.
Eh. Or, like, be wary, and don't get the inclination to buy, like, 20 brands of detergent.
I think I'm good.
Alright. Hey, we're doing a podcast.
Yeah, we are.
And the sick twist, Nick is actually not recording. We're just talking over nothing, and then he's going to be like half an hour later, oh, I should probably start the podcast.
No, I've started recording the podcast. I don't know why you guys don't believe me.
I don't know. It's more like because there was no ceremony.
I mean, you guys don't like the ceremony for some reason.
But you change it.
Change to something that doesn't annoy the hell out of us,
Alright,
piss us
fine.
off, / something along those
Got a
lines.
kazoo?
I don't have a
Everyone
kazoo.
loves kazoo.
Who the
I'd be
fuck has a
fine.
kazoo?
I'd be totally fine with kazoo.
You could be
I
the
would
kazoo
not.
kid.
Well, first off, I can't be the kazoo kid because one, I don't have a kazoo. Two, he's straight fire, which I cannot imitate. I do have this though.
You see, that's the annoying realm.
All right then. How about?
No Beyblades.
Damn it!
Denied.
How about this?
He cut out. Honestly, it was the greatest time to cut out ever.
No slurping.
No, he's not slurping. He's blowing air through his straw
No,
at
no,
the
no,
microphone.
no. I have a bottle with me. I'm trying to do like that whole hoo 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 hoo, like you know.
Yes,
that,
the hoo 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 hoo.
like
Everyone
the
knows.
bottle, like the bottle noise, you know.
Bottle whistle. It's called
Yeah.
a bottle whistle.
Sure,
Yeah,
that
bottle whistle.
I really can't.
You're just goddamn.
How about we just talk about Pokemon or something for the podcast?
Hey, it's a D&D.
This is the podcast.
Alright, so weeks are happening. Go, Nick.
All right, so this is actually 2 weeks because we didn't do it last
Actually, I
week.
changed my mind. Fucking
And
go,
we're
Ian.
done with Nick.
All right, Ian's turn.
Let's
ahead.
see. I finally went back to recording after a month and a half of not recording anything. Been playing Space Engineers for most of my time. And, yeah.
Have you got anything done in that?
In Space Engineers?
Yeah.
Quite a bit, actually. Because I'm currently doing a survival server, and I have an entire base set up, and I just finished my atmospheric ship, my large one. And now I just have to get it out of the hangar I built inside of a mountain.
Huh. I mean, what?
Didn't quite... Like, think most villains how they have, like, an escape ship that's, like, in a cave-turned hangar thing.
Are you? Wait, no. It's not like confuse me. Are you building this on a planet? Is there planets at this
Yes.
point? Because if so, like, how do you get a mountain base?
There's been planets for, like, 6 months, I think.
But will it beat No Man's Sky? That came out.
Probably.
I think it comes out Tuesday.
Oh.
Honestly, I'm not looking forward to No Man's Sky because, like, from what I understand, it's mainly pretty much isn't a pure exploration game.
No one's looking forward to it, but everyone's gonna buy it. It comes out in 4 days. From this recording, which is the fucking 4th of August, 2016.
Yes.
Oh yeah, August.
59 p.m.
Don't
Starting early.
Nick, don't you and Chris go back to school the 8th or something?
We go back to school the 8th. Yes. Thank you for reminding us.
Are you looking forward to that?
Not particularly, no. Like,
How about
it's-
you, Chris?
No.
Like,
First 2 weeks is just me fucking around.
Yeah, like, Chris has like one class and then senior seminar. I have 2 classes in senior seminar.
Holy shit.
What?
Have fun with that.
I just dropped, like, fucking so much lag. I'm pretty sure I lagged back to the prehistoric era for a second there.
That's pretty far back, dude.
I rubber banded pretty fucking hard.
Did it snap? Please tell me it snapped. I wanted it to snap. You know,
It snapped like the condom that held you.
I was gonna say snap, crackle, and pop, but that works too.
Get burned.
Alright, so fucking Ian's done, I guess. We'll move on to Dominic.
I didn't hear anything you just said.
It's your turn, motherfucker.
Hey. Fuck, what did I do these past 2 weeks? I played the entirety of Darkness 2, which has been a game on my radar for years. I just never fucking actually cared enough to buy. That game's pretty fucking fun. Makes you feel pretty damn overpowered when you're fucking slicing people with pure darkness. It's also edgy as fuck.
The darkness arms are like Kagunes, right?
Define Kagunes and maybe I'll tell you.
Do you mean
They're like-
Kitsune?
Kagunes, the whole like demon arms on your back thing.
Basically,
Oh yeah, that is a thing.
I've never heard of these, but yeah, basically.
Hang on.
I don't know where they come out of on
And
him.
I already have a picture. Hang on.
Too late.
God damn it.
Boom, that's a Kagune.
Oh, if I can open the link, we'll fucking see. What the... Is that fucking Tokyo Ghoul?
It is.
Yes, it is.
Huh. Yeah, I didn't watch anything after he got his white hair. So,
Alright, well,
no idea
yeah.
where that's from.
Basically demon arms on your back. Or
Yeah, it's pretty... It's like one of the edgiest things you can do to a character, so yeah.
okay.
Especially if you call them demon arms. Good God. I've been trying to beat a lot of games that I've previously
Well,
not
Demon
beaten.
Arm is basically like the best way to put it.
Isn't it?
Eh.
Like, what else would you call them? Like,
Well, depending on the form
Mutation?
they take, you could call it... Well, depending on the form they take, you could say wing or something like that. Wing, tail, literally anything depending on what form it takes.
Freak of nature?
I guess you could call it mutated back arm. Because that works.
Mutated back arm.
You realize
Yes.
You realize the lasers are made out of energy, right?
Can you imagine
Something
all
like
the...
that.
If that was actually the name, all the fucking edgy fucking OCs on DeviantArt with fucking thing in their description says, has edgy mutated back arms.
I'm
Makes
debating whether or
sense.
not I should Google that.
You probably
Mutated
shouldn't. You'll
back
probably find something on a rat.
It's a bit late for
Yeah, I
that.
probably shouldn't.
Ugh.
As in, I'm
It's probably
looking
like
up
lab rat tests. Didn't someone grow an ear on a rat?
on a rat's back,
Ew.
I think. Yeah.
How weird would it be to hear with your back? Did it work? Or was it just simply accepted by the rat and growing?
I think it was just skin. It didn't actually like process like audio.
So it was vestigial.
Hearing.
Okay.
Yeah. Vestigial.
Alright. That's fun. I've been, besides that, I've been playing a bunch of games I previously have not beaten, so I'm trying to get them done. Like Watch Dogs. Don't know how fucking long that game is, but it's a lot longer than I expected.
Don't you mean watch_dogs?
Technically speaking, yes. Granted, you don't pronounce the underscore, but yes.
That's the joke.
Yeah. Mafia 2, pretty fun game. So there's something I really like about Mafia 2. It's basically just fucking Grand Theft Auto 50s, because why not? But do you know what the collectibles are in that game?
Are they
I'm going to
alcohols?
I'm going to assume drugs.
They are Playboy magazines.
Hello.
And the thing is, when you pick up one of them, you
Baseball.
get an image of one of the Playboys from that time. But the thing is, I for some reason looked in the statistics. I was like looking through because I was doing the options and all that. And then there's a counter for how long you've been looking at Playboy images. And I thought that's the greatest fucking statistic in games.
Okay, that's funny. That is
Was there
funny.
a total for like worldwide?
I wish there was a leaderboard.
Oh, that'd be great.
I'm enjoying that game a lot. It's fairly good.
It's a funny concept.
Your board would essentially be broken though, because all someone has to do is just leave the game on, leave it on one of the images, and just be like, "Yep, I'm gonna be at the top of the leaderboards."
And you know, there's people that do that. It's just like if they can be atop of something, they're gonna do it.
But not a woman.
Even if it's the creepy stuff.
Hey.
Get it? It's masturbation.
Oh. Yep. We all
All
about
right.
that.
So
Been playing. Oh, what's up?
nothing. Okay, keep going.
I mean, I've got quite a bit more. If you want to say something.
No, that's it. I thought you were done.
Oh no.
He's gonna move
I've
on to-
been. Oh, I see. Been playing Guild Wars 2 a lot again. I guess none of you fuckers play Guild Wars, so this won't make sense. But in any event, anyone that ever listens to this podcast is a Guild War player. Fucking Living World Season 3, I think, came out.
Season 3.
Previously, before this... Why is this... What?
What?
I'm trying to fucking understand if this was a joke, why you're fucking confused. Is it all elaborate? Am I playing into something?
No. It was like, oh, it made it 3 seasons. That's pretty cool. Because, like, some, like, Overwatch seasons are, like, they take multiple months, and they're like,
Well,
never mind.
I mean, seasons are... What Living World seasons are is a bit different from what you would think. Different.
Different.
Yeah. What Living World are in Guild Wars is their story expansions that are free. So basically, like, oh, these fucking link between, like, you know, they have the big expansions like Heart of Thorns, which is what you pay for. And in between that, they link the stories by these free things and their content updates. And they're generally pretty good. And that came out, and I've been enjoying that a fuck ton. Still haven't been able to do anything relevant in that game yet, but I've been trying. Legendary weapons suck.
Take, like, a year to get, right? One?
I've been playing for about 9 months. I've built like 1/9 of a legendary weapon.
Yeah.
It's gaining traction though, and I'm still just looking at it and crying and thinking I could just purchase this with money, but it's like $60. Equivalent anyway, because it's actually buy gold. Something came up for Pokemon, so there's been some Pokemon stuff happening.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Oh, you mean the Alola forms?
Shit like this.
And then there's The friggin' computer.
Oh god, execute.
The Alola form executor is freaking glorious, and
Executor.
it's made even better when you realize it's a fucking dragon.
Yep.
Wait. They actually have different.
Wait.
Someone
typing?
decided.
What?
Yeah, there's Ice Vulpix and Ice Sandshrew now.
I know
Oh,
that, but
shit.
Executor is a dragon type now?
It
What?
doesn't.
Yep.
Executor is a grass dragon now.
It's you know what
But I
that is?
mean, it doesn't fix any of the
issues.
doesn't
with
fix any of the
Exeggutor.
problems that Pokemon had. Any of the issues like Executor or Vulpix or Sandshrew, but it's cool because, like, you know, I actually liked Sandshrew. It's such a shit Pokemon that I've never bothered. Just like,
Hold on.
yeah, you're a cool thing. I guess I'll catch you, throw you in the PC, and never touch you again. But look,
I
there's
like
an
this.
Ice Steel type.
I
If you would
thought
want to
they-
refer to it,
Yep.
basically sums
All right,
up.
I thought the Alola forms didn't actually change typing. That was just purely cosmetic.
no, they changed typing.
Okay.
Would it be kind of weird?
Oh, yeah.
if Ice Sandshrew that's fucking ground type?
Maybe?
Kind of.
Actually, it's
Yeah.
Ice Steel.
It's
It's
an
Ice
ice-
Steel.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help it at all. Cool, 4 times weakness to fighting. And additionally, I believe, and this probably is just a typing change, maybe some slight alteration in moves, but no changes to stats, so it's still going to be a fairly shit Pokemon. Like,
So the
Oh,
internet has taken
s-
to this thing quite a bit for memes.
Oh, yeah. Like, on Twitter, there are, like, 3, like, Exeggutor accounts that you just follow and they show up in your feed as, like, oh, you followed this person. Or these 3 people. And it shows, like,
I've
all
seen many
of
fucking
those.
replacements of the Twin Towers with just twin executors.
God damn.
and they also released info on what's probably the dumbest mechanic, freaking Z moves. Right?
God damn it. Why?
So Z moves are special moves you can only perform once per battle. And additionally, your character has to do a stupid dance behind your Pokemon in order to activate a Z move.
Oh, I want to see this.
Not only that, but to actually activate the Z move, you have to equip it on your bar or whatever it is beforehand, so you can't just, like, use it with
I'm
any
not
Pokemon
even-
that you have. And you
I'm
also
not
need
even-
to have a specific gem on your Pokemon to actually use the move. It's such bullshit. Mega Evolutions was so much
I
better.
mean, well, hold on. If you're looking at it from, like, you know, PvE standpoint, you know what your fucking opponent's gonna use.
PvP,
no.
it's not that good. It's not. It's
Yeah,
That's
actually
what I'm mainly talking
mean-
about.
if you put I mean, it's a wasting the item slot. It's a waste of an item slot, and like power is important, but the item slot is basically a crutch. This is kind of a clutch thing. It's like, all right, what does this Pokemon do? Is it a tank? Does it want to put out stuff? All right, we'll give it a leftovers. It's friggin' special attacker, but
Yeah,
it's speed.
I'm not gonna.
Choice
And
scarf on
I
that.
also-
don't lie.
Also in PvE, like, it limits your options. Like, when I went through, you know, not black, X and Y, like, when I went through those, I put Mega Stones on multiples of my Pokemon because I would like to Mega Evolution, like, whatever was useful for that battle. Because in PvE, you don't know what you're going to face. I mean, you could look it up online, but whatever. But with
fuck
this, you can't just put the gems on different Pokemon. You have to set the move beforehand on your Z bracelet to be able to use the Z move with the Pokemon, which sucks.
You're saying a lot of things like it's common knowledge. What the fuck is a Z bracelet?
Oh, the Z bracelet.
Basically, another thing. It's an item
Oh
that
yeah,
you're gonna have
Z
to gain
moves.
at some point in the game, and then the worst part is you have to do a dumb dance behind it. All right, go,
know
let's
what I
go,
want?
Z move.
I want the dance to be the Delfino Island dance.
Your character.
One of
your
them
character
might be. One of them might be.
Character does a cool thing, and then your fucking Pokemon loses its shit and murders the other one. They look cool. They look cool. The only problem is they're all typing based. So there's gonna be like I don't know how many fucking Z moves. It's gonna be fucking.
What's the
Yeah,
power
here's the thing,
on
though.
each of them? Like 250? Like, it has to be really high for it to ever be useful.
I mean, if it's at 250, you slap it on a strong enough Pokemon, it might work.
Like,
Fight.
250 would be the only reason I would ever use the move. Because 200, it's not enough to kill, like, a tanky Pokemon, but 250 is enough to, like, kill basically any Pokemon, especially with stab bonus.
Stab bonus, but needs to be a really good, it needs to be a very, very, like, good move. You're not going to want to use it on a fighting type Pokemon, because this one will be like, they might use their Z move, so I'll just switch in a ghost type and say, fuck you.
Oh yeah, that as well.
The thing is, my Pokemon, I never ever used items. If my Pokemon came with like, oh, here's a fucking Quick Claw, I don't give a shit, whatever. I just play Pokemon. I still beat Pokemon.
Because
I
the
never
fucking
used items.
PvE, because the PvE is literal silly shit. The PvE is not. I mean, it's slowly degraded. The PvE, it's gone downhill a lot.
Like, you just have so many advantages in a Pokemon battle in PvE. Like, for one, if you kill an enemy's Pokemon, you can switch to whatever other Pokemon you want right then and there, and it even tells you what the next Pokemon they're gonna throw out is, which is insane knowledge.
Usually, you know their type as well. Additionally is the fact that, like, just to put it in perspective, like, I play Pokemon games this way. I take my starter, and then I friggin' steamroll everything in my path. All right, my starter is essentially it. I have other Pokemon, and they exist purely to switch in to take a hit, so I can heal the starter, and then shove the starter back into the fight. That's it. There's my be-all, end-all. And that has worked for every game it has worked from Diamond and Pearl to the current games. It didn't, and the only game that didn't work was fucking, I think, it was either Ruby or Sapphire, I forget which one, but fucking, it's just the game has the single-player game is so silly easy. You just fucking run through with one Pokemon and suddenly, and it's gotten even worse with the fact that the experience share is a key item now.
Oh yeah.
Oh good. And it doesn't even split the experience. It's each Pokemon not fighting gains half. And so it's like now my other 5 Pokemon, which were originally just a one, they swap in, they get hit once, and hopefully I healed my main Pokemon enough. Now they're multiple last hit Pokemon, and maybe they even fight if I so desperately need it. Like, the friggin' single player games are so horrendously easy now. It's not even funny.
Yeah, like, the last time I had an issue with, like, any Pokemon game was Fire Red. And that was only because I had, like, disregarded literally every other Pokemon. Like, I think I had my Charizard at level 80 when I went to the Elite Four. And Charizard's not too good of a typing to beat the Elite Four.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fucking give him stealing it.
No, it's just when you get to the last of the Elite Four, and there's suddenly Lance is like, "Hey man, look at my fucking dragon," and then you look at your Charizard, and half of its moves are fire moves. You just kind of go, "Well, fuck."
Yep, just been screwed.
I mean, that was the same problem I had in fucking one of the games, Ruby or Sapphire. Fucking, I get to the final. I think I could get to fucking Steven, but fucking half of his fucking team were steel types. And so I was just like,
yes, everyone knows the fabled Steven.
Yes,
he's the fucking champion of the fuck your Metagross. No, don't you fuck. And of course you have a fucking Hyper Push. You have like 50 of those fucking.
I mean, of course.
I can't even deal enough damage to get through, and then fucking. And then my Pokemon die, my starter dies, and I go, well, fuck you. None of my other Pokemon can even get to there. But yeah, no, the fucking main games. The main game's horrendously EV. PvE, you need a fucking item or else your Pokemon dies.
Yeah.
Even then, if you're just going in and you're just like, I'm here to have fun, you better look at your opponent and think about how serious they are at this. If you fight a serious enough person, you're not gonna have a fun time.
Like if they train up EVs, IVs, like get the perfect moveset, egg train. There's a lot of statistics.
Yeah, I just Take like, oh, this one's a penguin. That's pretty cool. Fucking, I'm gonna level you up to 80. I'll buy one.
Sounds sick.
Pretty much how it goes.
Penguins are no. Shit about
Also,
Napoleon.
I don't think I've ever gotten a Pokemon to level 100.
I
I
have
haven't either.
repeatedly.
I think the highest I've gotten
I
is,
mean,
like,
but you're the Pokemon guy.
I think the highest
I
I've
have
gotten
nothing.
is like 96 with a Rayquaza in Emerald. Other than that, the grind just got like so like it's exponentially harder once you get up to the higher levels.
Yeah. I mean, when you realize it gets worse. You realize your Pokemon's like level 80. You look at how much experience your Pokemon needs to be level 100. It's like 1,000,000 some. And then you look at how much experience your Pokemon has, and you're at like 500,000. And you're just like,
What the fuck? Why?
I'm supposed to get 500,000 experience, but my Pokemon's nearly maxed anyways. What the fuck?
Yeah, like I don't know why it's so exponentially difficult.
Because you don't
Fuck you.
because it's because the game it's because you don't need to go any higher than like 60.
I mean, in
All right.
game, yeah, but if you want to be
Most-
like PvP, then you do.
No, in PvP the only point in PvP is if you decide to use a legendary and you need one of their later moves. Most Pokemon stop learning at about like 60 some. And at
Oh,
that
wait.
point you just kind of go, yeah, it's okay. Fucking the game auto sets it to level 50 anyways. So, or at least most games now automatically set it to level 50 anyways. So getting anything past what you need for moves is not needed.
Right, like when I played Diamond and Pearl, I believe like I tried going to a level 100 tournament, and like they were like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you know, it doesn't actually auto set to 100, or there was something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what.
Yeah, essentially, like the game will turn if you have it set to like level 50, it'll turn anything above 50 to 50. But if it's below 50, then fuck you.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
you.
mean,
You put it under
that
level
allows
1.
for
That's your
like that allows for like a level 1 Aron to like that kind of strategy to work.
I mean, it doesn't. I mean, if they know that strategy, they're gonna be able to play around it so hard. You're
I
just
mean,
gonna cry.
true, but still.
If they
Also-
don't know this strategy, they fucking go, "What the hell is that? Oh no! What the fuck? My Pokemon's gone. What did you do?"
By the way, the level 1 Aron trick is to play an Aron, have it use Endeavor. By the way, Aron has an ability called Sturdy, which they changed in a later Pokemon game, that allows it to not be killed in one hit. So it
So
survives at 1
basically,
HP.
just like fucking what's
Endeavor
that move? Fucking
takes-
Endeavor.
Yeah, Endeavor matches the two Pokemon's HP. So since Aron is at 1, the enemy Pokemon is now at 1. And then you also put a Raspberry on there, I believe it is, which basically gives it speed maximum, so it can outspeed anything and then just immediately kill the enemy's Pokemon.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Aaron's just one variation. The original one was Rattata. Rattata does the same thing, but it holds a Focus Sash, and since it doesn't have any of the abilities, but it holds a Focus Sash, uses Endeavor, it goes down to 1, and then Rattata uses Quick Attack.
Yeah.
And then you look at your opponent and go, yeah, that just fucking happened, motherfucker. Other Pokemon you can use it with are Tailo. Tailo, I think, has fucking access to something that makes it easier. I think it can hit Ghost types, so that makes it better, slightly
with
better.
Kenai, I think it is. Is that its
I don't.
I forget.
Kina. I don't know. I think Taylor can use it. You can do it on Kangaskhan, but you're gonna want that to Mega Evolve, so fuck that. Yeah, no, it's fun. So that's a tiny strategy. If you know about it, it's very easy to play around. Oh, my Pokemon's down to 1 HP. You're hoping to Quick Attack it, huh? What if I just swap?
Poison and Badly Poison do 1/16, and then Badly Poison stacks on top of itself, right?
Poison does 1/8. Badly Poison does 1. one unit doubles every other turn. So 1/16, 1/8, 1/4, 1/2. And so I don't know if it kills the enemy Pokemon after that, but it still does stuff.
I do believe it kills. Yeah. I'm just making sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, that's a bit
But
of
yeah.
pathetic Pokemon.
The Executor has a big neck, right?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but it's not
Question:
gonna fix it.
Whose week were we on again?
Iggy's.
Fine. I tuned
It's not
out.
gonna
Like, you're talking about Pokemon, talking about Mega Evolutions and things I don't know. How's your Baton Pass thing go, by the way?
Oh, all my Pokemon are level 100 now.
Woot.
The only thing I have to do is I have to go get all the items I need. Essentially, I just need. I have 1. Yeah, I'm gonna need to get 5 items. I need to get 4. I need to get 4 more leftovers, and then I need that one item that increases the critical hit rate.
Scope
Pokemon.
lens, I think it is.
Yeah, I need that so that way I can get Crit King. The fuck is its name? Kingdra. Crit Kingdra ready to go, and everything else on my team, because I already have 1 leftovers, gets leftovers, so maybe they don't die as fast.
Eh.
Yeah, but it's going well.
Fucking.
And since we're on the topic of Pokemon Go, that's still a thing.
Yeah, it is.
I haven't been playing it as much.
I haven't played at all.
They've done some bad things. They released
Oh, yeah. I heard something about everyone reverting back to level 1 or something.
Some people, it happened to some people, but it wasn't as widespread a glitch. I mean, I wasn't affected. None of my family was affected, and a lot of people weren't affected. It didn't happen to enough people that it threw the subreddit into a fuck. But what they did do, which is kind of big, is they removed the tracker system. They moved the tracker. You know how
Pokevision, right?
Yeah. I never used it
Pokevision died on it. The Pokevision died because the fucking CEO was like, the CEO of Niantic was like, yeah, I don't really like those sites, and so the people that made Pokevision were like, we'll respect your wishes, and took it down, and everyone was angry. But what they did, well, like there was an in-game tracker that worked at the release of the game, and what the tracker did was each Pokemon would have 3 footprints. By system, footprint how far it was from you. So in the beginning, like I think maybe like the first week or 2 of the game, I'm gonna say about the first 2 weeks of the game, it worked even though the game was fucking barely functional. But you could use it to like track down a Pokemon. You can see like, all right, that Pokemon's at 3 steps. I'll continue walking this direction. Oh, it's now at 2 steps. Well, time to continue exploring, and then maybe eventually you find the Pokemon. After 2 weeks or so, I guess, that functionality broke. Every Pokemon at that point was at permanently 3 steps, and so essentially it was broken. So a lot of third parties decided they'll make their own Pokemon trackers, hence Pokevision, so you could see where Pokemon were. So maybe you could go, maybe if you were close by to a Pokemon you really wanted, you could go there because Pokemon only last for 15 minutes before they despawn. And so with the latest update, they didn't fix the 3-step glitch. They actually removed the steps entirely. So now all the nearby system does is all it is there is just to spite you. Look at these Pokemon you might encounter as you're walking around / driving / riding a bus or something.
It's a possibility you could maybe be in the region that Pokemon might be in. Maybe.
So yeah, that happened. Not much else really happened.
Pokemon Go
the update
is potentially getting sued because apparently they're encouraging trespassing because Pokestops are on like landmarks and such. I know it's not, but apparently this one guy was like, hey, these guys knocked on my door and were like, hey, can we get in your backyard? There's a Pokemon there. And apparently that's enough to sue Pokemon Go. At least
Yeah,
that's
but
what
how far are they gonna?
I know. Like, it's not
You know how
very
those
All
even
right.
came to be around?
good. What?
You know how those even came to be? Like the fucking
Pokestops?
Pokestops?
They're actually
It's
the
all
portals
based off,
from Ingress.
yeah. They were
They
based
all
off
they
the-
did. All they did, they took Ingress, and then they were like, all right, we'll take everything Ingress related, but we'll keep like portals and shit, and we'll just change those to gyms or Pokestops based on our whims. And that's basically it.
I was wondering
It's
how
devastating.
exactly they like did it for every place in the world. I guess Ingress was
It's
crowdsourced for those stops.
Ingress is crowdsourced. Yeah, it's like, hey, submit a ticket to us if you want a place to be like a portal, or if you think a place should be a portal, and so the community could do that. You used in the very early stages of the game, you could do that for Pokemon Go as well, but then they got rid of that. Like, nah, this doesn't need to be a thing. We'll just keep adding the ones in Ingress, I guess. What else? They did an update which changed some slight things. The transfer button is no longer at the bottom of a Pokemon. Like when you click on a Pokemon, you don't scroll to the bottom to get to transfer it. There's a little menu thing on the bottom right that you touch to transfer them. You can customize your trainer now. So if you decided
yeah.
that your if you decided you didn't like the look of your trainer, you can change your clothes, your skin color, and even completely change your gender as well, for whatever fucking reason. If you so choose, you decide you're male and you chose male. If you so choose, you decide you don't want to look at a guy or a girl anymore. You can completely change the gender, or just change your clothes or skin color. And they also made Pokemon harder to catch.
Seemingly, yeah.
How so?
Yeah. Basically, a lot more Pokemon are popping out a lot more, and people are kind of angry about it. The nice thing was they finally interacted with the player base and released a message that this is actually a glitch. The whole Pokemon being harder to catch thing. So hopefully they fix it soon. Other than that, the game it's still around, and fucking I swear every gym I look at has one of three Pokemon. There's either fucking a Vaporeon in there, an Arcanine, or a Dragonite. One of those three is in a gym. That's all it is. It's
Pretty much.
not-
I saw. Fucking no. That's pretty much all I saw.
Yeah, I mean there are some people put other Pokemon in there, but you're near guaranteed when you see a gym and there's Pokemon in that gym, it's gonna be one of those three Pokemon. Those three's in there.
I like this Pokemon.
Are they just like super strong or what?
Before they did the move, Vaporeon was stupid strong. Vaporeon had access to Water Gun, which was in Pokemon Go was a 12 power move. Additionally, it could be spammed like no one's business. So it basically had, I think, one of the highest DPS in the game.
Oh.
And so Vaporeon was kind of the best Pokemon in the game until they fucking nerfed the shit out of it. They're like, yeah, we'll just fucking cut that in half. And they also doubled the power of of powerful moves like Solar Beam and such, which were hovering around 60 and now have gone to 120. So
Well, that's
so they were trying to rebalance. They were trying to basically rebalance the game because everyone who cared about taking down gyms basically had like a team of like 6 Vaporeon that were just like fucking water gun, bitch. Look at you. Health's going down really nicely.
You got wet. That means you lose.
I mean, of course. I mean, if you're all socked down and whatnot, you can't do the dodges of the mobs.
You'll catch pneumonia and die slowly. It's
Yes.
my win.
It is quite depressing, actually.
Fuck your family.
Yeah. Anybody
And your
get any?
mother.
Anybody get
No,
any
that was a
noteworthy
bit too harsh,
Pokemon?
Nick. Like, I don't think I think we have to censor that out. That was really, really bad.
No. What'd you say, Chris?
Did anybody get any noteworthy Pokemon?
Nope. I haven't been playing it all that much.
I think I
Me
got
either.
a Hypno.
Don't go outside. That's to be expected.
I really
I
don't
have
have a
a
reason.
tablet. I don't get connection anyway. I can't leave my house without not anything, you know?
I mean, that'll change soon, hopefully. Something else I was going to bring up this week. I applied for a job.
Ooh.
A decently
Hooray.
paying job. My brother is now going to be going to school. And he's going to this fucking school that's very close to the house. So I applied there for a job because my mother's also working there. So it's like, okay, I have a good fucking shot at getting in. And that'll be great. I'll play Pokemon Go on the way.
Like, is it within walking distance or?
I mean, it's probably a drive, but there's probably more Pokemon there than here.
Oh, and okay, that just reminded me of another change they did. So, when the game started, you know how you have that circle around you that detects, that allows you to touch interactive Pokestops and also determines what Pokemon appear to you
Yep.
based on your. So they changed the scan time on that. When the game first started, it was 1 second scan time. So basically, you could nearly get any Pokemon that was near you. It would most likely show up unless you were going stupid fast on like a car or something. In order to combat sites like Pokevision, sites and apps and shit like Pokevision, they increased the scan time to 5 seconds. Then with the latest update, they increased it to 10 seconds.
Aha.
So it's getting a lot. So it's gonna be a lot harder for people that like just play on the bus or in their car, driving or just playing the bus or the car or just stuff like that. It's gonna be a lot harder for those people because basically just gonna they might completely skip over a Pokemon because it didn't scan that. It didn't scan fast.
I don't
enough.
think that's a bad thing, to be totally honest. I feel like that's a good change.
No, it further hinders. I mean, they do want you to walk, but come on. Not a lot of places are very, very friendly for
Well,
walking.
it's not like, for like the anti-walking. It's just like, fuck, people who use third-party applications to help. It's not how the game's meant to be played, motherfucker. I don't care if you're
I mean,
on a bus,
they would fix
but
their
if you're
fucking
using-
tracking system. The big issue. The only reason people, people are probably using Pokevision just to see if there were Pokemon in places they could reach within 15 minutes. But additionally, some people were using Pokevision just because the tracker wasn't fucking working. If the tracker was working, I wouldn't need to use Pokevision to figure out where the fuck this Charizard is near me. I would actually fucking walk around and maybe look for it. But no, the tracker doesn't work, so I had to use Pokevision, so maybe I can get there before it fucking despawns within the 15-minute time range.
The whole concept's a bit skewed anyway. I mean, it's not the most realistic depiction of Pokemon, but the idea was like, oh, you have to actually wander around to find it. So the idea that there's even, it telling you it's in your area is already very generous.
It is fairly generous and also not fucking explained at all. It isn't even a feature in the main Pokemon games. In the main Pokemon games, the closest thing you had to knowing
No. The maps
thing
tell you everything.
they tell you what Pokemon is in an area, but they don't tell you go to this patch of grass and it'll definitely fucking be there. They tell you it exists in this in this area. That's it. It exists here. I mean, we all fucking know what Pokemon. I fucking know what Pokemon basically spawn around my fucking house. Not a whole lot of shit. A lot more Growliths than should be. Some bees as well. Other than that, it's usually just a lot of common shit. Fucking Pidgeys, Rattatas, Ekans fucking everywhere. Jesus.
Like your Snockes.
Though I did get an Arbok though, so that's.
Ooh. How?
Was it via evolution, I assume?
Nope, I caught one.
Oh.
Because so my dad was looking around on the internet and he found that like a park near us was like an Onyx spawn point. So he's like, "Hey, you want to go go to the park and get an Onyx? And I was like, fucking sure. But Onyx, there's no fucking Onyx. And so on the way back, I find an Arbok, and I capture that. And then further on in our trip back home, after catching no fucking Onyx, I also got a Scyther. So hooray.
I'm pretty sure
So, yeah.
Pokemon spawns are almost directly proportional to your level. Like, I feel like you get more, like, as I've gone up in level,
No.
I find more shit that's interesting. But, like, as I was lower level and I stayed low for quite a while, I kept finding nothing.
No, no, that's not entirely true. I don't think. I think at any level you can find any Pokemon. I've seen people who have. Yeah, I'm level 1, just caught a fucking Dragonite, and I'm just like, fuck you. I've never even seen a Dratini. So, no, like all that level corresponds to in this game is essentially the determined max power level a Pokemon can appear for you.
Oh yeah, that too.
That being said, the game maxes out at level 40. Wild Pokemon, and this is from data mining that people have done, wild Pokemon stop becoming stronger at level 30. Anything beyond level 30, you're just fucking you're just not gonna find anything stronger than what you. Even you can power them up stronger, but you're not gonna
Grind them up into fucking candy and make whatever you have stronger up until it reaches its max potential, and then you wonder, well, I just gotta wait until they add the next generation.
Or you level up and you get more max potential.
At least until you
How
get
that
40,
works.
then there's no more max potential.
Yeah, but there's no one. I don't think there's anyone that's legitimately level 40. Probably people that are level 40, but those people are probably the spoofers. They're just like, yeah.
I think I've seen the 28. I don't think anyone's gotten even to the 30.
People have gotten to 30. People have gotten to 30. I've actually saw a level 31 person in a gym. And additionally, they had a fucking Charizard, and I was like, motherfucker, what are you doing? Also, where'd you find the fucking Charizard?
They're winning
Ember,
at
probably.
life, Chris. That's what they're doing.
Seriously, starters are fucking useless. Yeah, have a starter. That's fun. And then never be able to do anything with it, because starters are rare as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, just run with 2 KM eggs and hope.
Is that where they spawn?
Still, though.
Technically, yeah, the starters spawn in 2 kilometer eggs.
Yep. Starters, and the other thing that sucks is 2 kilometer eggs also give you worse Pidgeys and
Everything
Rattatas
bad.
as well.
Yeah.
I want a Weedle.
I mean, I've seen a Weedle.
I think I actually have a Weedle. I don't know.
I've caught like 4 Weedle and 1 Kakuna, and I was like, fucking great. These things are supposedly common as shit, but I can't even find like 20.
I think I got some Caterpies. I'm not sure.
I've never seen a Caterpie.
I have seen a couple Caterpies. Those are also rare as shit. I'm just like, fucking, I have Pidgeys and Rattatatas for days, but fucking a Caterpie or a Weedle? Nah, it's gone. Not here.
Anyway, fucking wrap this up really quickly. Playing a shit ton of Hearthstone in anticipation for the new expansion that's coming out soon.
Yes. Would you like to go over some more of the cards that were released?
No, not right now.
Okay then.
Fun fact about the current Tavern Brawl: you physically cannot lose it, and I had a quest where you have to beat it 5 times.
Yeah, I've been grinding that Tavern Brawl for all the quests I don't want to do. Because you can't lose. So if you have fucking, you just fucking keep re-rolling your quests so you have the win 5 of something, and then you get a free 60 gold. So Nick, I don't know what happened, but at some point today, I was playing a druid, because it was one of the quests, and I beat it, and then I got 300 gold.
Okay.
I don't know why.
300?
Yeah.
It was probably a visual glitch. That.
Oh no, it's still there.
Um.
And the reason I know it's not a glitch is because one of the fucking like reward things popped up, but I clicked over and I'm like, oh yeah, I just beat the challenge. But I was 4 games away from beating the challenge, so I don't know what achievement I got, but I got 300 gold.
I believe there are some hidden quests in Hearthstone. Like, oh, once
I'll
you
never
play
know what it was.
1,000 games or whatever, you get lots of gold. Let me check.
It could have been that, maybe. Maybe it was my 1000th game. Storm
Oh
went
yeah.
through it.
I also got 2 legendaries.
Ooh, which ones?
Let's see. I'll actually quickly check because one of them was the one that sets the health to 15.
That's
Alex
And the
Alex
other
Strasza.
one's Alex Ross, and the other one was a rogue one. Give me a moment. I think it was a rogue one anyway.
Bug.
Zeryl, the Poison Mind.
No, none of those.
There is a
me
300
check.
gold quest for winning 1,000 games in any mode. So that's
probably
what.
it.
Yeah, that's probably.
Yeah,
what
that's
you got.
probably it.
All I know is now I have 700 gold, and as soon as the prologue finishes, and a week later, I'll have enough gold to buy the next wing.
Well then, it's pretty awesome. I think.
For some reason, when I go to the shop, the oh wait, now it shows up as when I go to the adventure thing, the wings don't show up as points anymore for some reason.
Points? What?
The wings don't show up as points anymore. What does that mean?
I mean coins.
Oh. Well, like, some of them are taken out, and you can't get them anymore. Like,
Nox Ramus was.
Nox Ramus, you can't purchase for coins anymore, because it's
You
physically
can't
gone.
get it from the shop, and that's a bit
Yeah, it's
annoying.
gone.
Like, if you
Couldn't
want
craft
any
the
of the cards in Nox Ramus, you have to craft them now.
Previously, they were uncraftable. Now they're craftable, and that's the only way.
Right.
Bit better, and considering they're all in wild format, it doesn't really matter.
Oh, Edwin Van Cleef. That's the other one I got.
Nick will hate you.
I do. 'cause
Why?
That's, like, in my Miracle... I have a Miracle Rogue deck. I have multiple versions of Miracle Rogue, all of which are missing one card, Edwin Van Cleef.
Well, I have it. Sorry about that, dude.
Like, I have a
Please tell-
Questing,
it'd
I have
be
a
the
Cold
greatest
Blood.
thing if it was golden. You have a blood mage.
Oh, I also have the worst and best luck with legendaries. Like, I get 2 legendaries in a pack, but they're both duplicates of
Your
legendaries
5th
that I
Death
had.
Ring and a fucking a Gruul.
Yeah, I got a 4th Deathwing, and then a Golden Gruul, which Gruul's useless.
But he's worth golden, so that's a fucking that's a legendary, isn't it?
Yeah, it
If
is.
he's enchanted.
I have no idea what I'm gonna get from disenchanting him. Like,
Edwin Van Cleef.
yep, that's an option. Or maybe Cairn, because I've been doing a lot of N'Zoth games. Like, I've been liking N'Zoth quite a bit.
Oh, if you're gonna just talk basic value, Karen's better.
Yeah.
Overwatch, it's doing a summer games event, and that's
Oh, yeah.
fun as dicks.
Lucia Ball!
The ball is pretty good.
I don't... Like,
I
can't-
showed this to you, Nick, but you guys don't follow anything Overwatch, but I'm gonna. There's this character called Sombra, who is like we don't know too much about her, but she's been leaving like messages and trailers and videos, and there's this whole conspiracy theory of Sombra is and these fucking codes and like there's fucking literal code in these videos that fucking take and they fucking decipher them, like they change it into a fucking black and white picture, and then they change that into a QR code via some weird bullshit meme. And then it's just like, oh, was that hard? Then I'll make this harder for you. And that's all they got out of that message. So in the Summer Games trailer, I found one of the fucking hidden codes. I didn't see anything about it on Reddit. I assume it's there now. But I was thought, fuck it, I might up.
And what was the code?
A bunch of fucking mismatched letters and numbers that I can't decipher. It's great,
If
though.
you know, if you know if there's those numbers, can't you? I don't know.
You should see, I'm
Understand
going to send you the video later, but you should have seen the process that one dude went through to fucking discode the other one. He had to fucking, like, just encode it with a fucking constant number, and then that gave him, like, a certain pattern of numbers, and then he, like, colored them in, and then he got a QR code, and then it was weird. It's,
The
like, a huge
extent
fucking process.
to which the internet will go to figure these things out is insane.
But it's really fucking
Yeah,
cool.
it is.
Like, I
And
think they called it
it's
in,
nice.
like ARG, which is some type of game where it's like augmented reality game.
alternate reality game. Yes.
And that's basically what this is. And it's fucking great. It's like the community fucking trying to figure out what the hell the developers are doing. And if it's actually the developers, if it's fucking a message from this in-game character that hasn't even been released or even hinted at yet, officially.
It's
Well,
quite
kind of officially.
interesting.
And then there's all the conspiracy theories on who the character is, and that's just a fun time. Overwatch
And what's
is great.
the character? And what's the character's name again?
Sombra.
Sombra.
Sombra. Sombra.
Okay.
I forgot that we had anime homework, and I fucking bench pressed like
What'd you do?
3/4 of that anime today. Forgot that the anime homework was today, so I fucking watched 3/4 of it today. But I
Oh,
finished it, and I have quite a bit to say about it.
well, we'll talk about that in the anime homework section. I have a feeling I have less to
And-
say about it than you, by the way.
Oh,
Maybe.
want to know how I know that Sombra is a character from Overwatch?
Well, what?
Sure.
Sure.
Simple picture. If you look at one of those classified documents,
I mean, that was one of the first things that's why she has the name Sombra. That was the first fucking thing
Like,
that we got about it.
most people thought that because of those files, Anna was going to be Sombra, or like her name was Sombra Anna. But no, it's an entirely different character.
Yeah, people thought Anna was going to be Sombra. And funny enough, there's a picture with that file on a different map that has Anna's face. So everyone assumed when Anna was coming out, it was actually Sombra, and that created a mass confusion, made more
Right.
conspiracy theories, and
So,
It's great.
Iggy, you've had quite a long week.
well, I think the last thing I did is I've been playing Duelist a lot, which is great. It's like Hearthstone if you're fucking... It's like Hearthstone. That's about it. But slightly better, in my opinion.
Alrighty then.
I think that's it. That's my week.
Curator of Weeks, go.
Fucking Jesus. Just could bring one last Pokemon thing up. I move on. The fact that they're changing the whole system of Pokemon, there's 4 islands headed by 4 people they have to fucking defeat, and you have to do a trial for each one. So they're completely fucking changing the whole system. Doesn't seem like there's gonna be any fucking gyms around unless they just shove 2 gyms on each island.
no, I
Still,
think
though.
the gyms are still going to be a thing, but there's going to be the challenge thing because like the trials thing, they have like something called totem Pokemon, which are going to be basically buffed up normal Pokemon.
Yeah, but when your buffed up normal Pokemon is a buffed up version of still a shitty Pokemon, it's still gonna be a shitty Pokemon. even if it can call allies, it's still a shit Pokemon, and it will die to 1 hit from my fucking super starter.
What's the shittest Pokemon?
Sunkern.
Stat-wise, yeah, stat-wise, it's Sunkern.
That wise, it's Sunkern.
The plant seed Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, stat wise, it's Sunkern. It's because it's all its stat. It has the lowest stat total of anything, and it doesn't even have
I remember that
anything
thing
it can
in
do.
I remember the thing like it was either Pokemon Coliseum or what's it, Gale of Darkness? One of those games.
XP.
Sunkern was in that game.
I don't believe it was in
Sunkern's-
Coliseum. So it's
It
probably...
must have
Every
been
other
XD.
Every other Pokemon has some sort of every other fairly shit Pokemon has at least
Bidoof.
one redeemable quality. Like fucking Magikarp, fucking slap flail on that shit. Slap flail on that shit. Maybe you'll do something.
Also, it
But
becomes
dude-
Gyarados.
Also, it does become Gyarados. There's also that.
It's also a pretty
Turns into
decent thing.
something a lot fucking better. Fucking
What's the
Sun
redeeming
also,
factor of Bidoof?
It has higher stats. It's type
Bidoof, it has-
That's it?
It has Sire stats. Fairly sure it has access to End of War. Turns into something that's actually semi-viable and not super and like I think it was competitive. I think it was actually viable
in...
it was viable and like underused. Diamond and Pearl.
Yeah.
Okay,
Nope,
what
it
about
was not.
what's redeemable about Stantler?
Stantler?
Isn't Stantler the grass type that changes colors or something?
It's
if I-
No,
that is the
Stantler.
chameleon.
Stantler's a deer
Normal.
Pokemon from the second generation.
Yeah, Johto.
Also
Its
normal
redeeming
type.
quality is it actually has it doesn't have stats to be anywhere competitive, but it has decent enough stats that it's not shit like Sunkern.
Also,
All right.
But it
normal
looks
typing.
terrible. It looks
Normal
terrible.
typing is typically better than grass because really there's only fighting that's super effective against normal, and that's it. While
Psychic.
grass has a lot more weaknesses to it.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Pokemon. Oh yeah, so fucking 4 challenges. Go pick up shit for me. No, one's turned into a fucking fetch quest, motherfucker.
Well, maybe you have to kill
Sis-
people on
Yeah,
the way.
across the street.
That would be a cool addition. You know, the killing
Fuck
of
your
people.
fetch quests.
Anyway.
No, you're not gonna kill anybody in fucking Pokemon. You don't.
I believe that's the end of Iggy's week. So, Chris, who's next?
It's fucking Nick. It's the
Hey,
show.
it's my time to shine, bitches.
Didn't we already
So-
skip him?
Hold on. No, I decided against him going first. That was like, wait a minute. He's gonna have the longest fucking week. Fuck it.
All
Fuck
right.
it. Ian will go because he'll have the shortest fucking week.
So, what did I do? Well,
What
this
did-
is 2 weeks worth of weeks. So we're gonna be here a while.
And we're
We are
done
gonna-
with next week.
We are gonna
Move
be here a
on.
while, so if you want to skip this, go ahead and skip an hour into this podcast. Maybe he'll be done.
I
We're
will
already an
fucking
hour
watch it
into
and
the
leave-
podcast.
I
will
think
leave a comment of when
I
it
think
is
we need,
over.
I think we need to do like a thing where you have to say it in like 20 words or less, or that sort of thing. Like you have to finish it
Type
within
it.
100 words.
Oh yeah, Ian. Did you ever watch One Punch Man?
One Punch. Yes,
Okay, I was gonna say
cur-
because I saw that was getting dubbed.
I watched the first 3 episodes. Those are the only currently dubbed ones. I'm waiting for the rest of them.
You know,
Yep.
you just don't want to.
But yeah, the voice for Saitama in the dub is kind of amazing.
It's okay. It's pretty good. It's what I would picture him sounding as. I did rewatch those episodes because One Punch.
One Punch.
That
If
is
we
how
made
it's
a fucking
pronounced.
anime where we actually acknowledge how stupid powerful the main characters.
And everyone else acknowledges it too. And we
Oh, yeah.
literally...
No one else acknowledges it. Only one
Wait,
person does. Everyone else just kind of looks at him like, "Who the fuck are you?" until he punches something, and they're like, "Holy shit, he's really strong."
Well, what I mean by acknowledges, everyone else kind of notices. Okay, a few people notice, like, what the fuck?
Why is this guy
Yeah,
so
most
uber
people-
mega strong?
At least, like they look at him, and he's like, "Who the fuck is this pathetic loser?" Then he punches something, and they're like, "Shit."
Holy
That's who that
Don't let-
pathetic loser is.
Oh yeah, guys.
Okay.
Interesting matchup. Who would win in a fight, Saitama,
Saitama.
or Deadpool?
Saitama.
Saitama.
Neither would win because Deadpool is cursed with immortality, so he physically cannot die.
It's not true. He has died
But he
before,
can't-
and there is items to kill him.
No,
And
he's
even
been
if
cursed.
he can't,
He was cursed with immortality by Thanos. So
all right, even if
technically
he
can't
can't
die, but he can't hurt Saitama. So they're both in a stalemate
All
because
right,
Saitama
Ian,
can't kill him, and the other way
Ian.
around.
even if
Yeah.
Deadpool can't die, he can still be scattered to like the 4 corners of the universe, which a Saitama punch can do. Like his arms, legs, and all that would just be splattered everywhere. Like they wouldn't just regenerate back to his core or
What was
whatever.
that thing?
Plus, he regenerates slow. Plus, he doesn't regenerate too fast, essentially. And plus, he's also coming back from essentially just single cells at that point.
Yeah.
But he also can't. But still, he can't die. But
Ian,
he,
basically,
at the same time,
he
he
won't
can't
be
hurt
he won't.
Saitama.
Basically,
It's a
I mean,
stalemate.
it's a stalemate only if it's a battle to the death. If it's just a straight battle, like Saitama freaking wins because Saitama just punches Deadpool, and that's the end of that. Saitama
He's gone to
basically
the
won
moon.
that fight. Yeah, fucking
Gone to the
Deadpool's
moon.
essentially gone at that point and can't fight for probably another month.
at least. probably
Yeah,
longer.
so-
or until
no.
he gets his way
I mean-
back to where.
I mean, if it was a fight to the death, then yeah, no one wins at that point. Because yeah, Saitama will punch Deadpool, but Deadpool didn't die, so then no one wins. But if it's just a
mean-
straight fight, then fucking Saitama definitely wins.
If
Also,
it's
no,
a
he's not
lifelong battle to the death, then Deadpool would win in the end of old
Oh
age.
yeah, he would win in the end because Saitama would hopefully die of old age. Not even sure if the fucker's human at this point.
Can he one punch age?
I wouldn't
No,
doubt it.
because that's not a concept. Because if he does that, then no one dies, and then no one ages either. So then he essentially dooms the human race to just perpetually exist. He
He
dooms
becomes
everything.
the fucking like the third part of Gulliver's Travels that no
He
one
dooms-
remembers.
He dooms everything to then perpetually exist, which wouldn't be bad, but wouldn't be good.
Has
Question.
anyone
I
ever
don't
been forced to read Gulliver's Travels?
Nope.
Me.
No,
I know
was
you were, Ian, because we were in the
boring.
same class. You were in
It
the same
was
class at that
boring.
point. Fucking Gulliver's Travels goes beyond the little people thing. Like, there's like
Way
3 other
beyond.
parts to that story.
There's
There's a
Laputa,
literal
some
part where he comes
sentient
across-
ages.
A civilization that's immortal, and because they're immortal, they're becoming dumb as shit. Because their minds
mean-
can't stay immortal for some reason.
Alrighty then.
It's weird. You're probably
I probably
gonna...
would-
No, you're seniors. You probably won't have to read it. That-
Yay.
I probably wouldn't mind immortality for like a year, and then I'd start being, well, shit.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Only
go
a
anywhere
year?
at this point.
Oh, I lived a year. That's kind of shit.
Yay.
I don't know. I lived a year, but I'm not getting any older. No one else is getting any older, and at this point, not a whole lot of deaths due to age. I mean, imagine it's infinitely worse for like the elderly, because now they're in pain for eternity.
They're in pain. They have Alzheimer's, and
They were basically just like some of them are basically just sitting there hoping to die, and then on the news, hey, somebody fucking punched the concept of aging, so no one no longer ages anymore, and so the person that's waiting to die goes, well, fuck me. All right, where's the doctor? I'm gonna go to fucking move to Oregon and get doctor assisted suicide going. Let's get this shit started. I'm done.
Question. What would win, Saitama or a black hole?
Saitama. You can one punch the black hole. It's not that hard.
Like, he can rip the
But
fabric
the-
of
but the-
time pretty easily. He is the One Punch Man. He has that kind of power.
He can break the reality spectrum.
Yeah.
Not
With
one
one
of
punch.
I've never seen
he hasn't-
that.
Saihu's only ridiculously strong.
He
Listen.
hasn't displayed yet the ability to break reality, but he'll probably will because
They
they don't have
spoil
anywhere to
anything.
go right now. They don't have anywhere to go at this point. Like, oh, cool, we have a super strong guy. We have to go further and further eventually, and eventually he will
Hey,
fucking break reality.
Spoilers are not a thing. Some people still haven't seen it. Some people like Ian who only watched dub for some fucking weak reason.
I
you
like
like-
the dub.
The sub's
he doesn't
been
wanna
out for like
have to-
a
motherfucker.
year at least.
Because he doesn't want to have to read, or he's get distracted by reading.
Are you ching chong phobic?
He gets distracted by reading. I will watch anything.
If I have
I will
to,
look for
if I have to read the subtitles, I won't be able to focus on the action that's happening. If I can hear what's actually happening, I don't have to focus on the writing because I can focus on what's actually happening.
I mean,
There
Personal
is-
opinion. Just
Yeah,
a personal opinion. It honestly comes down to the
What the
person. Some
weird thing is-
people can do. Some people really can't fucking multitask. Some people just will go fuck it. Like,
in the end, it comes
The weird
down
thing
to
is,
if you
I,
can or not.
especially since I watch anime that's coming out, it's not dubbed, so I watch sub. And at this point, I can't even tell there's words on the screen. Like, I either read it so fast or I just don't notice it. I'm just like going like, yep, they're saying this, and I understand it. I don't know Japanese, but yep, I somehow read
Yeah.
this and can still tell what's going on, and I sometimes even forget their subtitles. I'm like, oh shit, there's subtitles. I have to read those. But somehow
Yeah,
I still know what's
I don't-
going on.
I honestly don't have a preference. I mean, I prefer dub because then I don't have to read. But if it's only available in sub, like it's a new anime and it's coming out, it doesn't matter to me. I'll fucking watch it at that point. Like, or if it's only in sub, I'll just be like, fuck it. I wanted to watch this anime. I could pay enough attention.
Yeah.
It's a preference/skill thing.
Yes.
Like, if you can read fast enough, cool. If not, whatever. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then there's the
So-
visual, or not the fucking novel people, the light novel people. Those
What?
fuckers
I mean-
can go fuck themselves.
Some
What about
people were like,
well, people,
okay,
what?
light novel. Or he just doesn't like. What do you like in light novels? What's wrong with light novels?
It was a joke. They're fine. I'm in fact trying to get a light novel right now, a fucking ReZero. Problem is, it's probably not translated, and I think it was a hopeless endeavor.
Could just look it up online. Somebody probably translated it.
That's where I
online,
looked it
but
up.
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's untranslated.
Well, then. That kinda sucks for you.
that sucks.
So I actually wanted to read it.
I mean, just
Oh,
wait
well.
for somebody. Just wait for somebody to translate it. Somebody somewhere will fucking translate it.
I mean, the show's popular enough that it's going to happen,
It will probably.
if it hasn't already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a
what
minimal
else?
amount of searching.
Yeah. Yeah. Some animes do start off as light novels. That's the thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
A good amount of anime start off as light novels, yes.
Yep,
Like,
it's where the fucking light novel protagonist cliche starts.
let's see. Protagonist is teenager, black hair, which
Yep.
sometimes is
Yep.
a darker
Black and
shade.
brown.
Yep. Or a lighter shade. Strong, for some inexplicable
Yeah,
reason.
maybe.
Potentially. What else? Usually you have...
Common scenario is in a school.
Yep, high school. Well, if we're going off anime, then like 90% of Japan is made up of high schools.
Uh-huh.
If
And at
that's
least
what it-
30 of them have demons.
True. Anyway, my week. That's the thing.
I mean, I thought we were done with your week.
At
Just
this
skip your
point,
week.
yeah. Okay. So if you were still sticking around while you're watching this podcast, at this point, skip an hour ahead, and maybe Nick will be.
Like I said,
Okay.
I'm going to watch this podcast through. I'll make the comment, skip from this point to this point to this point to this point.
So,
Please
this is
do.
gonna be over the last 2 weeks, so we're gonna be here for a while. So, last week I went to
I shall be back.
Boston, Massachusetts.
So,
Flight there was fine, nothing bad about it. We get there first day, we get to the hotel. It's like, we get to Boston at like 11 p.m., so it's somewhat late, and the plane ride wasn't the most comfortable thing in the world, so we were kind of like, eh. By the way, I went with my mother. We got there, there's like a shuttle to the hotel from the airport, but the shuttle doesn't get there because there's like a schedule change or whatever, so it took like 40 minutes for it to get there, and it was only like a 10-minute ride total to get back to the hotel from the airport, so that was kind of meh. We get there, the hotel person was like, oh, we don't have a reservation for you. But even though my mom, like, I also went there, an uncle of mine went there, though he's not actually an uncle, he's more like a close family friend. So he meets us there, and he's already
call
up
that
in the
a-
room.
The way to define that in my family is scumbag. Like,
What?
close family friends are referred to as scumbags.
Why?
Like, there's... Because, like, it's a whole story. I'll save it for later, just that's the term.
Alright then. So, he's already up in the room, and apparently it got, like, the room was filed into his name, even though my mom made the reservation, but we just walk up there, he's already in there, we get in. We basically just, like, go to sleep immediately, and we wake up the next day. So, that next day, it's Tuesday? Monday. Yeah, Monday. And on Monday, the entire reason for the trip was for me to go and check out, like, the colleges there, you know, MIT, Harvard. Though Harvard was more of, like, a novelty thing. Like, oh, hey, I'm at Harvard. We're in Boston. Might as well check out Harvard. Check out Harvard. Check out MIT. MIT's cooler overall. I liked looking at it more. It was more interesting to me. So that was enjoyable, I suppose. After that, we between going to, like, we went to Harvard first in that day, And then in between that, went to this pizza shop, which there was like this black woman there who was like awesomely person type sort of thing, you know?
So
She was our server, and she was very friendly and like topical to like the foreigners of Boston. Like, oh, you're here to. What are you guys here for? Oh, we're here to see this. And then she was like, oh, well, here's a cool little thing about it. Like, she had information. You know, it was nice. And she was like, when she gave us the pizza, she was like, we kind of ordered a bit too much pizza. We had pizza there, by the way. So she's like, hey, if you're not going to eat the pizza, then I'll just give it to any of the homeless people. And we were like, sure. So gave it to her. She gave it to homeless people. Sweet. After that, we go to MIT. We walk around. The MIT tour takes like 2 hours. The Harvard tour was like 1 hour. So there was a lot more detailed information on MIT as well, which I also appreciated. After that, we go... Do we go back to the hotel? We do go back to the hotel, and then go back out again to a fish restaurant? No, that's the next day. And we go back out again, and we get cannoli. You guys know what cannolis are, right?
Yep.
It's a dessert of some kind that's Italian, right?
Not really.
I mean, it's typically associated with Italians. So, a cannoli is basically this, not corn. What is it? Like, think of a breading, like a hard shell. Like
It's a bread.
Yeah, like think of an ice cream cone shell, except a lot better, filled with this awesome cream and chocolate chips. And that's basically a cannoli. But the cream is just like superb. And the cannolis that we got were huge. And they only costed like $4 each. Now, I know that $4 for a dessert seems like a lot, at least it does to me. But in Arizona, they're like $8 a piece, and they're a lot smaller. At least from the places I usually get cannolis from in Arizona. So
You're a cannoli connoisseur?
Yeah, and yes, I am. Thank you very much. And so after we get the cannolis, we don't actually eat them right then and there because we were still kind of full from like dinner. So we walk around a bit, and I'm playing Pokemon Go at this time, you know? I find that on my Poke Radar, there's a Hitmonchan. So I was like, dang, I want to go get that Hitmonchan. So I'm like, all right,
You didn't
I'll
get the
be back.
Hitmonchan, did you?
I'm getting to that. So I'm like, all right, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get this Hitmonchan. And they're like, sure. So I walk around, and the Hitmonchan doesn't show up for like 10 minutes. So I'm starting to get a little freaked out at this point. Like, I want this Hitmonchan. Where the fuck is this Hitmonchan? And like 10 minutes later, I finally found it. Yes, it's down an alley behind somebody's, like, apartment. Like, I walk down the alley, and I'm basically rubbing up against the wall of the alley, and it's, for some reason, the Hitmonchan is still just barely out of my reach. Like, I keep touching the screen trying to get at the Hitmonchan, but it's just, like, barely out of reach. And I think at this point, there's, like, 4 minutes left, because there's, like, the 15-minute timer, so I'm like, shit. How am I gonna get this? I try to walk around the other side, but then I realized that this is an apartment complex that goes a lot farther, and if I walked around to the other side, then I would still be out of range. But luckily, there was a gate into somebody's, like, backyard, technically. So I was like, I want this Hitmonchan. Going in. So I try to open the gate very quietly, and it screeches open. Like, it makes a really loud noise.
What we hear is you're part of the problem of Atlantic is being sued.
Maybe, possibly.
And notice how he's like off in the distance.
Gotta make a few phone calls. If you hear helicopters, don't be alarmed.
So I walk in, I try to be as quiet as possible. Luckily, it seemed like nobody noticed me. Like, I saw somebody in a window up above, but the light wasn't on at all, so I was okay. I successfully get in, I throw like 5 Pokeballs at the Hitmonchan, none of them catch, and then on the 6th one, I finally catch it. By the way, I didn't have access to raspberries at this point. And on the 6th ball, I finally catch it, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm getting out of this shit. What I didn't realize at the time is that once you actually click the Pokemon, you can just walk away from where it showed up and the battle will still continue. So if I'd known that,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have
for a
just
certain amount
stayed
of
in
distance. If you get too far, the Pokemon will instantly run away.
Okay. But I still could have not been
By the
in
way,
the immediate proximity. Yeah?
have I shared the story of when I found a Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee in the same day and caught neither?
Nope.
No.
Oh, one day I found a Hitmonchan and a Hitmonlee and I caught neither.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah,
Very
well,
intriguing.
Catch the Hitmonchan, go back to the hotel, sleep. Uber was our main form of transportation for like the entire time. Plus, we got free rides from them, so that was also nice. Oh yeah, for some reason, Ubers can't pick people up from airports.
don't know.
Neither do I. Like,
Probably some legal stuff.
apparently, but Lyft can pick people up from airports for some reason.
Probably some legal stuff.
I know, like, you can drop people off at airports if you're an Uber or a Lyft, but only Lyft can pick up from airports? It's weird.
I don't know.
I don't fucking know either. So we go back to the hotel, sleep, wake up the next day, go out again, and this day we go on the duck tour. So there's this
The
thing,
duck tours are always fun.
there's this thing called the duck. The duck is basically a World War II kind of vehicle that is able to go into the water and be on land. Like, it's a multi-purpose vehicle.
It's an amphibious truck.
Amphibious truck, sure. Basically, you can go into the water and function. It can go onto land and function, which is what we did. Like,
It's a car boat. Question: Did you get the duck guru, or did you just get a different guy?
I don't think I got the duck guru.
Okay, because fun story, like 1 or 2 years ago, actually I think it was 2 to 3 years ago, when we went on the duck tours, because we normally go on it from the Boston Museum of Science. Have you gone there?
I was going to, but I'll get back to that later.
As I was saying, one time when we went on the duck tours, we got the duck guru, and basically, it's hard to explain, but he was by far the best part of the duck tours ever.
I mean, that's the entire reason you go on the duck tour, for the guy to give you a tour on the duck. If the guy giving the tour is kind of meh, then the tour is going to be meh. Which, by the way, I did not get the duck guru, but I did get a different duck guy. Yeah, he looked kind of old. He said he was a retired football player, apparently. I don't know. Probably not. I'm not sure, though. So, I believe we got a red duck in the end. I'm not entirely sure. The colors are kind of blending at this point, because there's also like a rainbow duck, a green duck, a blue duck, a white duck. There were lots of ducks there. So, we get on the duck tour, and this entire day, I've been noticing that there are a lot of tourists from Asia. Like, and not just, like, one part of Asia, like, multiple parts of Asia. Like, there were people from China, Japan, Taiwan. It was all over the place. How I realized that these people were from each of these places is that I know, like, certain words from each language. Like, for instance, some people would say, Gigi, which is a Chinese saying, or one of the
Good game.
or one of the Japanese squirrel girls on the bus or on the duck tour was like kawaii. So that's how I knew that.
No.
And I'm not even joking. That actually happened.
I'm facepalming so hard right now.
Why Boston?
I told you already. We were going to see colleges. MIT, Harvard.
Is that the reason? I guess that'd be the only reason. But then we're taking duck tours.
Like, the cheapest flight we could get was for like a 4-day one. And we were like, hey, while we're there, since we're already checking stuff out, might as well see the city as well. So we did. And so we went on a duck tour. And
Did you shoot any ducks?
Did not shoot any ducks, but it was an interesting tour. Learned about lots
Did you
of
eat
stuff.
any duck?
I did not eat any duck. I did eat some
Well,
lobster.
with all the Asian fucking influence, you'd think there would be at least some.
Oh yeah, there were like multiple tours, not tours. Multiple like school groups. I think from those Asians. Like they were all school groups except like one seeming to be married couple that weren't in a school group or whatnot. It was weird.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, back a bit. Before we go on the duck tour, we stopped to get a bite to eat because the duck tour's at 3, so we eat at like, we got in the area at noon, got our tickets. Duck tour's at 3, so we go to eat somewhere. We go to this place. It has lobster rolls.
I imagine this is what it looked like.
It's for those of you who can't see, it's a Kirby. Just
I mean, they can. You just
Devouring
fucking look
food.
at it and they should be able to see it.
I mean, some people
What are you
listen
talking
to
about?
the podcast audioly and not at the video part. You know? Like, some people might run while they have the podcast on. They can't really see the video, can they?
No one does that. What has just happened? What is that?
What are you talking about?
Well, I don't remember putting that one in there, but it's there. I have no idea what that is.
The Kirby one?
No, the
No.
Kirby one I put there.
The next one. Which,
I have no idea what that is.
is that a Game of Thrones thing?
I
No,
assume.
it looks like a murder.
It's like a girl finding a copy of herself, except, you know, iced in the snow. Sure?
Eh. I was
You
looking
could
through gifts and all of a
maybe
sudden
Google it.
this one just happened.
Why not? I don't know.
Nah.
Oh, Chris
that's
is gone.
good enough.
Did he actually leave the call? No, he's still there.
No, he left, but not leave the call.
Yeah. So,
He,
We go
as
to
soon as
this
your week
place-
started, he said, "Fuck it, I'm out."
yeah. So we go to this place, and, the first day before we got there, my uncle guy was there, and he went to this place. And, he had, I think, oysters there, if I'm not mistaken. And, he got rapid food poisoning from it. So rapid that he, like, threw it up basically immediately. Like, he started eating, and then, like, 3 minutes later, he's like, I need to go to the bathroom now. And so, luckily, a friend of his was there to help him out a bit as he stumbled to the bathroom and just blew chunks. So we go back here again. He's like, you know what? I'll give it another chance. Why not? Didn't get sick this time. That's good.
What did he eat? Fugu?
No, not fugu. I think oysters the first time. The second
Yeah, that's
time,
pretty clever.
the second time he had lobster rolls, which a lobster roll is basically a sandwich except with lobster. You know, that stuff. After that, after the duck tour, we were going to end up going back to the hotel, but again, some of my uncle's friends showed up, and so they went to a bar. I was tagged along, and I was like, I'm gonna go catch Pokemon, so I did.
Can you even
Pokemon.
enter a bar?
I can't sit at the bar top, but I can at least be in it.
Eh.
Like I can't sit at the bar, but I can like be in the area. But I wasn't doing anything interesting there, so I was like, I'm gonna go catch Pokemon. And they were like, sure. So I went to catch Pokemon, and I did. It's
You
quite
caught Whiskey Mon.
I did not catch Whiskey Mon. However much I wish I did. So it is at this point where
He's very effective against Depression Mon, but DUI Mon really fucking super effective against him.
Of course. So after that, I come back. There are new people there. This is an actual cousin of mine Like I say, like, oh, they're my cousin, and they're actually not. No, this is an actual cousin of mine who brought his girlfriend with, and his girlfriend, they went camping like 2 days before, and apparently, like, there was a flashlight that she was holding up with the tent, and the flashlight fell straight onto her teeth, and now they're all fucked up. So that sucks for her.
Ow.
And she also apparently has this condition where she can't actually drink alcohol, but hard apple cider works. I don't understand that, but sure. So we meet them. We go back. No. We then go to dinner. We eat. We leave dinner. They drive us home so that way we don't have to get an Uber. And then before they leave, they're like, hey, you guys want to go to like a fishing or like, no, not a fishing, a science museum? And we're like, sure. So they give us these tickets to the science museum. He works for Dunkin' Donuts, or was it Baskin Robbins? One of the two, as a food scientist. And so for some reason, as a food scientist, he gets a bunch of free shit. For instance, tickets to the science museum. So we're like, sure, we'll take the tickets. But at that point, we were kind of feeling Boston fatigue, or just travel fatigue in general. So we were like, so when we wake up the next day, we're like, we don't want to go there. We're just going to stay in bed. And so we did. We eventually end up eating the cannolis on that day because we hadn't eaten them any of the other nights. And they were much better because we waited, because while they were like in the fridge at the hotel, the cream...
Wait, let me get this right.
Mm-hmm.
A thing you did not eat, you call better when you ate it later.
Yes.
Meaning, the thing you could not have known if it was good or not, you didn't measure to be better than its previous state because you didn't eat it and have no way to verify that.
Okay, I skipped out on this part because I didn't think it was important. My uncle did eat his on the spot, and when he was like, I don't want any more, he just like gave the rest to me and my mother. So we like had a little bite of that. So that's how I have a reference to how good it was.
Yeah.
So I think it was better because it had what's the like the cream that's inside the cannoli kind of made the bread of it soggy, which is good because the sogginess like added a wetness, which is kind of hard to explain, to the fucking cannoli, which made it a lot better in my eyes.
That redundant?
Wetness?
It's soggy. It's wet.
I guess. So we eat the cannoli. We go to the fucking we go to the airport, we get on the plane, and for some reason I'm like headache induced when I get on this plane. I don't know why, but for the entire flight I just had a headache. I tried sleeping on the plane, but that didn't work. So I was just headache filled the entire time. We land. My mom brought some what's it called?
Your plane explode?
Ibuprofen. That's it. Plane did not explode.
Were there snakes on it?
There were not snakes on the plane. Which is basically
Like
just like pain nullifier. Ibuprofen. And then after that, like an hour later, I'm good again because ibuprofen works like that. And so get home, and then I'm home. That's Boston trip. That's 4 days out of the rest of the...
And we're done with your week.
No. Now we're on to Nick's weekly anime corner.
No. That's covered in anime homework.
Anime.
No.
Anime.
No. No.
We said no jingles, remember?
That's for the
You
intro.
promised us.
This is for
When
my
did we ever say that? When did we say no jingles and that only meant no jingles for the intro?
I mean, you
Excuse
only
me?
brought it up when I did the intro jingle.
Cool. No jingles. Fuck you.
All right then. You wanted to replace the jingle though, so why can't I just
Yeah.
replace it for you?
That's not the intro.
This is an intro to a new segment though.
Hey, fuck
Yeah.
you.
Actually, it's not a new segment. I've had this segment for like 2 weeks now. Anyway,
And
next
we
week's
keep
the
telling
anime
you.
corner.
Fuck it. No.
So,
Not happening.
Date Alive is an anime that I watched this week. Recommended to be by Matt.
Shut up. Nope, 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 nope.
Why won't you
nope,
let me
nope,
talk about my
nope,
week?
nope, nope, nope,
What
nope,
the
nope.
fuck? What the fuck is the point of this podcast if not to talk about shit?
You see, though, it's not like that's not the point. It's just you specifically.
Exactly.
God damn it!
Also,
Oh.
Chris still isn't back. He said he'd be back in like 10 minutes.
I
That was,
know.
like, 10
That's
minutes
why
ago.
I'm trying to vamp a bit and talk about more stuff. Hello? God damn. So I watched
I'm pretty
Date
sure
Alive.
Ian has interesting things to say.
No, he doesn't, and you know it.
Wow, that was racist.
How is that racist? That's
How is
personist
that-
at most. Anyway,
It's
I
racist.
watched Date Alive, Dead or Alive, Date Alive. They make
As
it
opposed to Data Dead, which is just necrophilia.
or Day to Day, which is a
Or The
king in
Corpse's
Kirby.
Bride, which is an interesting movie.
Very. Anyway, Date Alive. It's a decent
How about we just
show?
talk about the anime homework?
I mean, Chris.
This is okay.
Isn't
Does
that-
that imply you watched it, Ian?
I watched the first episode. I didn't enjoy
Oh
it.
my
Oh my
god!
god!
That's the first time ever.
Hey, I didn't have anything to watch.
Oh, that's why. Whatever.
I wasn't in the,
yeah.
I wasn't
You
in I
finally
wasn't in the middle of some
participated.
series.
I'm so
Holy
proud
shit.
of you, Ian.
It
Good
just
job.
took a fucking call recommendation to happen.
Wow. Anyway, Date Alive. It's a decent show. Has one of the better Tsundere characters I've ever seen. By the way, the premise of the show is that this guy has to stop spirits from destroying the world, because whenever spirits show up, they make a big black hole, or a time-space distortion thing, which eats up everything that shows up around it. And so to stop this, he tries to make the girls stay in the human world and not wherever they go when they go places. They don't never explain that either. And so that's the premise of the show, and it's decent enough. Like, I much prefer the second season to the first, because the first season...
I don't get you.
What?
I've also watched this show.
Okay.
I thought the second season was worse
Really? Why?
because it kept going with the same concept I didn't like, which is fucking basically Monster of the Week.
The second season wasn't Monster of the Week. Like, there was the twins.
It was essentially like they kept introducing like more people. It's just like, okay, we're just keeping this going by adding new characters.
I mean, it was the twins and...
And then it eventually got to a fucking climax that didn't ultimately matter.
I mean, twins and Diva? That's it.
Oh yeah, it's also some of the worst characters of the whole franchise.
Really?
Yeah. You gonna tell me Diva was not the worst?
I think I think Villain Guy is the worst character. Like, he doesn't do anything.
First of the main characters, motherfucker.
Oh my god. How is Villain Guy not a main character?
Why is he? What?
How
Because
is
he's like
Villain...
in 2 episodes.
Yeah, but he's a villain. That makes him a main character innately.
No,
He's
he's
not
a
a- he's not a-
shoehorned in exit.
He's not a villain, he's a mid-boss.
Sure.
God, no. Did
Do
you
you know
even
what I did
really
for
finish? No.
I didn't watch the movie
I'm
for
gonna
Date
say,
Alive,
like,
but I have
yeah,
still watched season 1.
which introduces the new girl.
I mean,
Did you watch the special?
I did not watch the special. So,
The fuck you doing here? I thought you fucking completely finish anime before you talk about them. Get the fuck out of here.
fine, I'll wait till next week to talk about it. How about that?
Saves me this week.
Alright, fine. I'm gonna make a draft for what I'm gonna talk about on it, at least. Damn it. Alright, Japan Time 23. talk about Date A Live.
After you fucking finish it. Because it's a super important movie and a super important special.
Are they really that important? Are they really?
They do some stuff. Super.
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyway, since I'm not talking about Date A Live, motherfucker. I think Date A Live is the only other anime that I watched this week besides
Serial
the anime.
Experiment Lane.
Yeah, the anime homework. I mean ReZero, but like we're not gonna talk about that episode.
We're not? Oh, we can't.
Right. Like, to be honest, ReZero is probably gonna be an anime homework at some point once it actually finishes up.
But who else is gonna fucking watch it? Chris maybe was like probably watch one episode and then we're like, well, we didn't even have a fucking anime homework then.
ReZero?
Starting
It is
over
a
from
great
another
show.
world. Yes, it is.
Also
pretty good.
only in Japanese with subtitles, so he won't watch it.
I might, maybe.
It's pretty damn good.
It hasn't finished yet, so we're not gonna talk about it either.
Oh yeah,
It's
speaking
just
of
really damn
speaking
good.
of me and dubs, there's one thing I will not watch dubbed currently, and that's One Piece, because it used to have a good dub, but ever since the new dub came out, it's been awful.
Are you talking about the 4Kids dub being awesome?
Yeah.
Oh, what? I was joking. The 4Kids.
There was from my knowledge, there's two dubs. There's a dub that started back when Toonami was still a thing, and then there's the current dub where everyone just sounds terrible, in my opinion. So I'll basically usually only watch One Piece in sub unless I can find the original dub.
Alright, that's understandable.
Because the 4Kids original dub was good, because I watched a version that had the dubs but with the unaltered graphics.
Okay, that's what I was mainly referring to, and I was like, what? Why do you like the dub? But voices, alright.
Yeah. But the new dub, everyone sounds really, really bad. Like, just personal preference, they sound bad, because have you heard Luffy and Usopp? They are terrible voice actors for their characters.
I'm assuming they're high-pitched in some way?
Yeah,
Figured.
somewhat. Well, Usopp sounds way too deep of a voice for the wimpy character.
Alright.
I don't really fucking... You know what my thing is with One Piece? I always get to the Alabasta arc, and then I can never do anything. I just get there, it's like, they're fighting in a desert. Like,
you mean
Luffy gets
Alabasta?
his fucking... Alabasta. Luffy gets fucking, like, all of his water drained out of him by some sand guy, and that's where I stop. Every time.
Oh,
Why?
the crocodile arc. Alright.
Been like 3 times.
So, when I watched
Can't
One
pass-
Piece, I started in the middle of an arc, which I never do. I started in the middle of, like, the, prison arc.
You mean Impelled Down?
Yeah, Impelled Down. I started in the middle of that for some reason, and I just watched on from there and caught up to the show. So I have no idea what happens before Impelled Down at all.
What the fuck is Impelled Down?
Impelled Down's an
Basically,
underwater
it's
prison.
basically the greatest prison in the world.
I definitely don't know anything about that.
So I know very little about what happens before Impelled Down, except for a very vague memory of when I think I watched it on Toonami. Like, there was one point where they were, like, on a
I don't think
raft that went down a waterfall that was in the air, and then there was
Oh no, that's when they left Skypia.
I mean, I guess, and then there was like,
And it wasn't a raft; it was their actual ship.
All right, and then there were these like number guys. Like number 0 was Crocodile. At least I think that's what his name was, and he was the sandy guy. Yeah.
I think that's the beginning of like the Alabasta arc when they enter the Grand Line.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching when I think it got to some underwater place where there's like this starfish. That was like, oh,
They went and
yeah,
fed a whale.
I'm a
That's
cool boy.
Merman Island.
Yeah, I stopped watching at that point because I got fed up with having to wait each week for the next week to update. So yeah.
Well, I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it in 2 years, so I have quite a few episodes to catch up with.
If it's updated every week, that's 104 episodes. Good luck.
We could talk about Harambe.
Who?
I don't know what that is.
Harambe.
The ape, yeah.
Dicks up for Harambe.
Why is that a thing? I don't get why that's a thing. Like,
I don't
okay,
get it.
Because
why?
Harambe,
Because it's
he
an
was
ape.
our greatest leader. North Korea would not have declared war on us if Harambe was still around.
Do you have any statistics for that?
Yes, Harambe.
And did North Korea actually declare
God
war?
bless, rest in peace, dicks out for Harambe.
Like, I've been seeing that around. Did North Korea actually declare war, or is it just like...
Oh yeah, they did.
Oh,
No,
shit.
they did.
Huh.
As far as I know, North Korea has declared war. And not too many people are concerned.
Because, like, I've seen that in Twitch chat, like, oh, North Korea declared war. And I was like, oh, alright, sure. Totally did.
Here's the thing, they also fucking commissioned one of their fucking people to fucking them to the moon in 10 years, and that's not happening either.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, they just kind of don't know what's going on. I don't even know if they know how alliances work.
Alliances are what caused World War One.
It's gonna be pretty funny if they try to do something, and if we fucking, stomp them, then fucking China gets upset, and then there's actually something to worry about. That's the only worrying prospect about this whole thing is China.
I don't think China's going to intervene at all because, like, does anyone
No,
do any
China
of the
pretty
current
heavily
places-
advocates North Korea.
Biggest
From what I
country
understand.
on the planet.
Most rice, I think.
Rice paddies, rice fields, yeah, makes sense.
Rice is great.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. White rice, brown rice, black rice, fried rice.
Teriyaki rice.
Ooh. I really like teriyaki rice.
It's like you have teriyaki meat, and then you get fucking rice, and then there's like some
I
of
am
the teriyaki
back.
sauce. Hey,
Yeah,
great.
It's
Fucking
the
finally.
meat part.
Okay,
that's
Chris,
kind of
let me ask you something.
No.
What does Harambe mean to you?
Fucking nothing. Alright? I don't give a shit about the fucking monkey.
But dicks out for Harambe.
No, I don't give a fuck. Harambe is the name of that monkey that was killed because or the gorilla that was
Gorilla?
killed. Give a fuck what it.
Same
It was something.
thing.
It was something people were pissed because a kid fell into its cage. It picked it up. It got shot and died, and people are pissed. And I don't really give a fuck.
The thing is, when that happened, it became a meme. Then it died like all memes do. Then it came back stronger than ever. For some
Like
fucking
some-
reason.
Don't you mean it died
Some
like
memes.
Harambe?
Oh, you evil bastard.
So did Nick finish his week? Is that a thing, or is he still fucking on it? And this is like a tangent?
No,
Well,
he's done.
He finished.
Yeah. Considering they won't let me talk about
Okay.
Data Live, yeah.
You haven't finished it.
I know.
You won't let you tell anyone about Data Live because you can't actually tell anything because you haven't finished it. Fucker.
Sure. Why
Good
not?
thing that he's enjoyed what that he's enjoyed or not enjoyed what he's watched so far.
Meh.
Slightly above average so far. Very slightly though. There's like very slightly above average.
So it's not absolute god tier shit, but it's not
Right.
like
Oh!
the best.
I just
Decent
remembered
enough.
something that happened.
Go on.
So you guys know about Dota 2.
I do.
Well, the
Yeah,
International
that's cool.
started.
Yeah.
The International started the fucking first phase. But more importantly than that, the fucking compendium that came along with the Internationals had the Arcana vote. And of course, everyone's people's champion, Wisp/IO, has always been fucking, disregarded. But this year he's made it to the fucking finals. It's great. I've led a cult all the way up to it. Everyone's saying fucking GIF IO Arcana. It's great.
Who else is
That
in the
ends in a
finals
few days.
for that?
Juggernaut.
Oh, I want Juggernaut
Like
to
this. the stiffest fucking competition it could have been. Fucking edgelord. But yeah, that's great. Fucking GIF Ion Arcana, please.
I'm voting for Juggernaut. What are you talking about?
Yeah, all your votes.
Because I can totally vote because I totally bought the compendium.
And even if you did, you'd have a minimal amount of votes because you didn't level up said compendium. Pay to win!
Yay! No,
That's all I
Pay to
want to
progress
say.
faster.
All
Pay to
right,
progress faster.
Chris, you're the
Yeah,
only
pretty
one
much.
who hasn't talked about their week. Go.
Yay! I didn't do much.
Yay!
So played Pokemon Go, caught Pokemon. And I'm so close to just saying fuck it and popping a lucky egg to get the sweet experience.
All over your face.
I played Pokemon. I got my Baton Pass team to level 100. Now I just need to get all the items in order. Got new carpet in my room. No, that was a thing. That was the thing. I had to like on Sunday, this past Sunday, I had to take everything in my room, take all the loose shit, put it in my dressers and stuff so that way it wouldn't get lost. Then take everything out, and then take out everything that wasn't my bed or stuff I wanted to like use, like my laptop. Then came Monday morning, take apart my bed, throw that shit in the living room, and then just kind of live in the kitchen while they do the carpet. And then I got to put all my stuff back, and that was that. I have new carpet, and additionally, 5 minutes after we got our new carpet, my sister let her dog out, and the dog pissed on the carpet, so that's fun.
Oh.
Hey!
Slow clap.
Yeah,
Why would you want
No.
carpet? My fucking family actively gets rid of every bit of carpet in the house.
Same here.
It came with the house, and I honestly don't care. It's like, it's carpet. It can get stained and shit, but as long as I'm careful, happen. The dog that we let the one dog we let wander around the house doesn't usually ever have accidents. So,
Is this the dog that choked out the other dog?
No, that dog lives with my mom. I have two dogs live here. My sister's dog, and then there's the family dog that was supposed to be my sister's dog. It's this dog. The dog that's allowed around the house is actually the replacement dog my sister got the day after. Like that.
Oh,
Right.
the one that lives in fear of being next.
I mean, it lives here and has barely ever met the other dog. So. What else did I do? Oh yeah, during that I went back and played Borderlands 2 for a little bit. Is a thing. Bolt Hunter mode is a thing.
Apparently.
Of the true variety, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's the kind of cool thing. But we just made everything slightly harder and changed their names around. Yeah, that's it.
Well, you could have played the pre-sequel.
I could have, but I can only go so far without being a dick.
Yeah, I mean, you just go up to where we are and then...
Yeah, but we weren't very far, and I was going to be in the kitchen. I thought I was going to be in the kitchen for a while, so I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just play Borderlands 2. Let's see. Oh, yeah, and then I played Battleborn. I did a campaign of that, did a little bit of PvP, and then yesterday I played with X.
Alright, Battleborn's a thing. I repressed those memories.
It was
Yeah.
decent. Not the worst experience ever. It's like
Yeah, no.
So if you're
it's kind of like it's trying too hard to be like Borderlands. Is how I like to think of it.
Yeah. Better as a Borderlands game.
Would have been so much better. Those likable characters, not that are not really likable, would have been so much better in that fucking Borderlands setting.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck some of the characters would have been just fine in Borderlands. Fucking the uninspired soldier characters don't fucking need those. Fucking the minigun guy, the giant minigun guy, don't fucking need him. Some of them would have been just fine.
The life-stealing vampire. Yeah, he's one of the better ones.
Wrath.
Yeah.
Probably one of them to get
My-
cut. That would probably be one of them to get cut.
Like the penguin in the mech, that was pretty good.
Oh, the penguin in the mech.
Like, that's at least creative.
Kind of. Then you realize
The
his
fucking tiny thing in a big mech, yeah.
fucking design. You didn't realize this fucking character design is
Oh, yeah.
atrocious.
Like, at least it's an
And voice
yeah,
acting.
At least
we'll give
it's
him a
an animal.
We'll give him a fucking. He's a tank, so we'll give him the shield, the crowd control, and then the giant damaging ability that'll at least give him some damage.
Then we're gonna make the stealth characters, and they'll be completely broken in PvP.
I mean, they did. Fucking Pendles, motherfucker.
Seriously.
Yeah, so they're broken.
He's so powerful.
He'll just
So
stealth
stupid.
over. Oh, you're looking around. Ah, fucking, you're gonna.
I'll hit
roll
you,
like
take
Pendles.
away half your health, and I'm invisible again.
Oh, you're looking pretty good there.
Good luck. mate.
Just gonna...
Yeah.
Oh, that's this? You have no way of detecting me? Sounds great.
There's not even a distortion in the air? Oh, alright.
Only some characters can detect. Only some characters. I know 2 characters have. Tiny Tina. Tiny Tina can detect those around her if you take one of her. And then the penguin can detect invisible people through his scope if you all stick.
God. That's very specific fucking outs to one character. Like 3 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but there's only one problem character though. Anyways, Battleborn was a thing. Dominic doesn't like it. Nick thought it was okay.
Nope.
It's an okay game. But I have shit tons of. Unlike Dominic, I have shit tons of space on my computer, so I don't have to uninstall it immediately to download.
I would have
another game.
uninstalled it anyway.
Well, yeah, you would have installed it anyway, but I don't have space to download another game.
Like,
I don't know.
how many gigs is too little for you to stop downloading? Or do you just go until full?
I go into...
I've never had a problem with space.
Okay.
I've never had a problem on space with my laptop or my desktop. I'm just kind of like, I'll probably go till probably full.
Like,
Well, the problem is I've accrued so many like small things like indie games here, some files for this here. I could probably defrag this thing and get a shit ton more space out of it. But defrag, clean, so many other things I could do. It's just like there's so many small things I need to get rid of.
Fragging doesn't clean it, just makes it run better.
Well, as far what I understand about defragging is like, well, no, never mind.
It
too fucking-
realigns the files to make them more efficient.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just does that and makes it run slightly better. Doesn't have to look in places. Yeah. So yeah, that was about my week.
All right, should we start talking about ye old fucking anime homework?
Yep.
Yep. Alright. Who won
All right.
last week?
So here's the thing. I want to fucking quickly explain everything I understand about Serial Experiment Lane. Is that fine with you?
It's fucking Paul's favorite anime in existence, and apparently
Okay.
he doesn't watch any other anime.
Here's
Did we?
the entirety of what Serial Experiment Lane is, from my understanding. And I'm done.
Huh?
Let's continue talking. That was
I
it.
agree with you
That's
there.
exactly everything I understand. Because this show is asinine as fuck.
I agree with you there.
Please
After I watched the
define
first episode,
asinine.
I was like, I don't feel like watching this anymore. And I just went to Google to find the synopsis and... What? Just what?
Okay, I'm not
There's
gonna
an
lie.
alien.
Yeah.
There's a-
So after I finished watching it this morning, I went and found an in-depth explanation, and I found about one good piece of information.
Uh-huh.
But we'll get to that later.
I very much have a different opinion of the show than you do.
But here's the thing, though. I didn't say it was bad. I didn't give an opinion. I really do like this show. I think this show is actually kind of genius.
So do I. But I don't
It's just... I had so many moments where I just had... It was like foaming at the mouth, like giving up on trying to fucking understand anything that was happening. But turns out that was intentional.
I mean, yeah. Like, a lot of people have deemed the show mindfuckery, the show, because it kind of mindfucks you. However...
The fucking explanation I got was like, it was set up into 3 parts. There's the setup, which is like the first 4 episodes. 5 through 9 is the mindfuck, and then the rest of it's like the closer.
Yeah.
Setup is bullshit.
Like, I followed the story very easily. Like, I feel like a lot of the mindfuckery moments didn't mindfuck me at all. Like, I never felt confused in the show. Like, I always felt like I had, like, an idea of what was going on and that my guess was fairly accurate, which it ended up being most of the time. Like, I think throughout the entire show, there's only one thing that I didn't grasp fully, and that was the sister. Like, whatever happened to her? I'm assuming it's something along the lines of, she... Like, there's apparently 2 selves of yourself. There's the wired self and the, regular and the real world self. And if the wired self is altered in a way, then it alters the real world self. Kind of like Matrix sort of things. So I'm assuming that that's what the Knights did to her. But from, like, what the dad says in one of the later episodes, I think it was 9 or 10, he was like, oh, we were just actors. And so I was like, wait, was she an actor as well? Or, like, what
They
is
weren't
she?
quite actors. They were accommodating someone,
Right.
actually.
But, like,
They were acting as a family, but they weren't actors.
like, they were playing house is how the dad describes it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the
That's
only...
one of the weird areas of the show.
Yeah, that's the only thing I didn't, like, grasp almost immediately in the show. Or, like, ever get an explanation to.
I found that weird too. I never really got the explanation as to why the family was like. There's one specific scene that's like, oh, it's almost time. It's like, almost time for what? And it's like, oh, is it about to be the end of the world or something? Because then it's like, oh, well, might as well use this time to fucking make out.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't really explain that one too much.
Which episode
Now, there's
was
a
that?
fucking, I don't know. The thing with this show, and the reason it confused me so much, is because it's so ambiguous and hard to tell exactly if this show is being literal or metaphorical in some of its shit. Because it gives this impression that it's trying to give some sort of message with how fucking ambiguous everything is, but you could also take it as literal and then it's just happening. And if you look at it from different standpoints, you get a few bits of information that are only applicable to those standpoints.
Like, for instance, when a character that's supposedly dead shows up in, like, Lane's view, you can either take that as, okay, she's seeing them there, or just like, oh, she's connected to the wired. And that's how she's there.
God, what was it? The reason I was confused so much is because I'm not sure, because you said you weren't confused at all. I'm not sure that's saying you're like some sort of fucking genius or you were unobservant, because I look for every small detail in shows like this, like especially because I've gotten...
Oh no, like
I
the
like to
small
look
details are
everywhere.
kind of why I wasn't confused by it, because when I noticed, like,
But that's the thing, though.
oh, that connects
There's
to that,
contradictory information, though, when you do that.
for instance.
If you start looking for small details, you get some contradictory stuff. Like, just generally how the flow of the show goes. Like, some things happen, like, big event, and then all of a sudden it's never referenced again. Like, everyone lives their life normally. It's like, did we not just see fucking Lane in the fucking clouds?
I mean...
And the kids were holding up their arms, praising the sun like Dark Souls, and then all of a sudden, oh, hey, how's your dinner?
That was the only thing. That was the only thing I could think of when that happened. And the kids were fucking raising their arms. I was like, shit, Dark Souls shit happening right here. Praising the sun's happening.
Like, in that instance, it's chalked up to like, oh, everyone would just assume like, oh, there was a mass hallucination or something of that sort. Like the clouds were off kilter or whatnot.
But it's not even how they explain that. And then there's no fucking like, God, what was it?
And how I would have it explained in from Lane's perspective is that the wall between the Wired and the real world is crumbling, and like that's just one of the effects of it. Like, oh, this picture shows up in the sky for a little while, which I believe was deliberate by Wired, Lane.
Don't know. As you also notice in the fucking show, like it takes a very artistic stance on things. Like the shadows are moving and they're like,
oh yeah,
very ominously colored. Like there's red and black in the shadows, and it's moving. So it's like, is this actually the thing is, it comes again, is it literal or metaphorical? It's like, I could take this as literal, and it's like, okay, maybe that's part of the Wired or not. And what you could take it as metaphorical, maybe this means something. I don't have the information for that yet.
Like, when I watched the show, I was never disengaged. I was never uninterested. Even if a conversation ended up being not as interesting as another one, I still had the pretty visuals to look at and, like, the beautiful presentation of each scene as well.
It's a bit Monogatari-ish.
Yeah, in that sense.
Not quite to the level, but that's understandable seeing as how old this shit is. By the way, it's very clear about how dated it is.
Yeah, like, the washed out backgrounds are really cool, but they can sometimes be a bit too nice.
Oh, yeah.
Irking?
Yeah.
A bit
irking.
irking.
The age shows and the fact that they reuse shots like all the time. Why do we just friggin' reuse this shit and not ever draw anything new?
Oh yeah, like the first
When
time
that happened a few times, like they redo the shot of her walking out the door, then walking down the road, and you see the same thing. I'm like, okay, at first few times that's annoying, but then you could start looking at it like, is this symbolic of something? Because there is a lot of symbolism in the show.
Yeah.
Like, the first half of episode 11 was just reused footage, and I don't know why they put the reused footage in that episode. Like, I guess as a recap, because after that, like, shit starts to go down, but, or like the final arc, like, begins, I guess, but even still, like, it just seems so out of place for the show to have a half an episode recap of what's happened. Like, I'm very glad that, like, this is one of the better recaps I've seen, because they don't actually, like, play the audio of the scene that was happening. They actually use, they were, like that, during that sequence is when the music for me shined in the show. Like, sound design in general for the show is amazing. Like, all the sound effects work, all the, like, timings on sound effects, which is sometimes overlooked, is also great. But there was, like, this entire half episode where it's just recap, but it's over a guitar riff, and oh, never mind, I know why they did this. It's to let you, like, re-experience, like, what you were feeling, and it's not, and there isn't narration over it or anything like there usually is, like, oh, on this day this happened, and then it plays the clip. It's just like guitar riffs and the scene, so it can let you reflect back on
Nick,
the scene that happened. So actually, yeah, never mind, that's a great scene. Go ahead, Chris.
Nick,
Ian,
you are a big person when it comes to noises in shows like this, anime.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick up on the ambient noise? That was really weird.
The staticky?
Did you ever? They said what it was in one of the episodes. I don't know if they said that's specifically what it was, but they mentioned something resonance. It was like some guy's name in resonance. I looked it up on YouTube, and sure enough, it's the same sound. For some reason, the vibrations of the earth is used as an ambient noise in like almost every episode.
Oh, like on the episode with the electromagnetic waves.
It's on like every episode. That fucking ambient noise is in a lot of them.
No, I mean, like, when they mention it. It was, like, on the episode with electromagnetic waves covering the Earth, I think.
Yeah. That was an interesting little thing.
Yeah.
What was it called?
Don't remember. Ian, what did you think of it, the show?
First episode.
Didn't like it. Let's go with that. End of story.
I mean,
All
you
right.
could go into a little detail, maybe.
I just didn't like it because it was confusing. I didn't understand the story. I didn't like the story. I just didn't like it.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Yeah, like for me, what really got me interested in the show was how weird it was to start off with. Like
That's a really risky choice, to be honest.
I know, like it could go either way, but there's this. I recently watched a series of 3 videos by DigiBro. I'm bringing him up again about the first episodes of anime and how a great anime usually has a great first episode, or almost always has a great first episode. Besides,
I wouldn't say this episode had a great first episode. I wouldn't say it had a great first anything. It
Or,
really only started to pay off towards the end.
Yeah.
or like an interesting first episode, an episode that can grab you in some way. Like what got me
Basically,
was
you look at the episode and you're like, I will watch the next episode of this anime and maybe watch the entirety of the anime. It's like the first episode needs to be somewhat good.
yeah, like
If it's shit, like it's like the first like like when we first started this, fucking Dominic, you watched the first episode of Log Horizon and then
6
fucked off
minutes.
immediately because you
I
didn't
didn't
like
watch the first episode of Log Horizon. I watched the
know,
first 7 minutes.
Yeah, and you said you didn't like it, so you fucked off. See, it's important. First episode's very important.
It's very.
Yeah.
If you're not going to get hooked on the first part, there's no way you're going to watch anything else. Chris,
Like-
what did you think?
Wait, really
Well,
quick. What grabbed
no,
me
you-
Oh, wait, hold on.
in the first episode was the presentation and the sound design. Like also character designs. Those were also pretty great. There was also a little detail with Lane where whenever she flipped off her hoodie, she would readjust her hair as well.
Oh, there's another thing about Lane. Actually, a small detail. I'm pretty sure you might have noticed. I mean, it's not very small considering you're looking at like 90% of the fucking anime.
Okay, go on.
You don't know? Okay, fucking her eyes. Ever
Oh, yeah,
notice how she's completely different from everyone else's eyes? I'm not sure if that's like, I'm pretty sure that's fucking specific towards her because it's really fucking the whole show is like, what the fuck is Lane? But it's like she's probably not human, and that's kind of more emphasized by the fact that her eyes are so different from everyone else's. Like everyone else has the fucking anime eyes where their pupil is like half their fucking eyeball, but Lane's eyes are so fucking, the pupil is so fucking tiny. It's kind of disturbing, actually. Actually, there's only one scene in the show where she has actually normal eyes. I don't even remember what scene it was. I just remember like, oh shit, it's normal for once. Anyone else? No?
They don't look that
Her eyes-
different. Like I'm looking at them now.
Her eyes were
They're
fucking
fairly
weird.
different.
Her eyes were weird, and I was like,
When you look at them, like they do so many facial shots, and her eyes like 50% brown because her pupil is so tiny.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. All right. Also, yes.
The pupil being the tiny black thing. Yes, Nick.
Oh yeah. Also, the facial expressions were great, and they're used especially well in this show. For when whenever there's a close up on Lane's face, it's always because like she's grinning or in some sort of like facial expressions are good. So, Chris, go ahead.
They're not. Oh, okay.
it was an okay show. I didn't really particularly like it. I could see it was trying to do something. I just didn't give a fuck. Like, yeah, probably symbolic. They want to do it. They're trying to send some sort of message. Fucking, I don't give a fuck. I'll just watch the entirety of it. And I was like, yeah. Like the first episode wasn't. The first couple episodes weren't shit. I was like, can something happen now? Started following this basically fucking vegetable kid. Then they started the mind fuckery, and I was like, oh shit's happening. That's cool. Finally, we got something in this fucking show. Yeah, by the end of it, I was like, yeah, this is a pretty alright show. I didn't care for looking into it further, but it was pretty alright. I could see why Paul decided that this is the only anime he'll ever watch in his life. Kind of.
I actually really want to ask him about why. I really want to see his insight on this show.
Yeah, like because he said before, like this is the only I don't think it's the only anime he's ever watched, but it's like one of the ones he's watched, and the reason he doesn't watch anything new.
He's watched Baccano and Monster as well.
He did mention Monster.
Let's not talk about Monster.
I mean, we were going to watch it, but then this one went out.
Yeah. Baccano, he's mentioned to me, is also another of his favorites. I don't think he expressly said why though.
He's not an avid balls deep person like Nick.
Right. He doesn't go
Isn't
anime
like-
watching.
On the contrary, he's rather casual, but that's fine.
No, he doesn't watch anything.
He's watched a few
That's-
things. I never knew
He's
about
watched a few
Serial
things.
Experiment Lane, and I think I have expanded my
Like-
horizons slightly.
Did you really not?
He's
You,
like-
you've ever heard of Lane?
He's-
No.
Oh.
No, I've never heard of Lane except from him, and I was like, I should probably check that out sometime. I honestly was expecting something a lot different.
I was also
That
expecting
time-
it to be more mindfuckery than it was.
I expected it to be a lot more mindfuckery, and also the fact, like when he said Serial Experiments Lane, I never bothered to look it up until we had to watch it for anime homework. So I thought like Lane was like fucking was like the road lane, you know?
Oh.
So I thought, there'll be like some science shit, I guess. And then and when we started, and when it was like, this is like the anime homework, I looked at it and I was like, oh, it's not spelled that way. Oh, this anime is entirely fucking different. Well, that's fine.
To recall, I think the most sciencey thing about this is like the fucking drug that's in the first 2 episodes. It's like, oh, hey, here's this drug thing that's not technically a drug. I thought that would have a bigger impact in the show, but no.
Did you guys pause during those episodes to read the shit scrolling by?
I did not.
No.
There was shit scrolling by. I paused to read like one thing of it. And I'm not fucking reading the rest of this shit. There's nothing here for me.
I read most of the code going through most of the computers, but it was just a bunch of jibber jabber. Nothing important.
Fuck, what was I gonna say?
So there's one thing I wanted to bring up, and
Go
you'll
on.
probably understand what you want to do. So while I was in the fucking banging my head against the wall trying to understand how certain things connected to each other in this show, because fuck if they were going to explain it.
Okay.
What I
I'm just
loved
gonna-
is every time... What?
Okay, I'm just gonna intervene for a moment because for the last like 10 minutes or so, I've been looking at just memes on the internet.
I could tell.
I found one that is goddamn brilliant.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen several variations of that.
The Gandalf license plate didn't let me pass one.
Seen it. Listen here,
Yep.
little scrub. I'm a meme lord. I know most everything about memes.
When the fuck did you guys post all these GIFs? God damn.
Have you not been paying attention?
I
No,
mean,
I've-
while we were talking about topics, I put them on. Like, you said science one, so I put the science one. You were at a bar, so I put the bar one. You were talking about lobster, so I put the lobster one.
Question, how does this happen? The one I just sent you.
Gonna fucking have the time.
You
Anyway.
Google how to Google something.
Because autocomplete is just a thing. Anyway, what I was saying is while I was trying to figure out shit in between episodes and all that, banging my head against the wall, what I loved is every time I start a new episode, I'm greeted with that fucking song that's like, and you don't seem to understand. I'm just like, fuck you too.
I skipped the opening.
By the way,
Like, besides the first time.
the opening grew on me. Like, I didn't like it at first, but it grew on me.
I mean, the music is
There was an
very
opening?
off-kilter.
It is.
Like I watched it on Kiss Anime, and I saw that the
As did
opening
I.
was like listed as a fucking episode, but I never never bothered to watch it, and there wasn't really an opening, so I just kind of went, well, shit, that's okay.
What? What are you talking
Like-
about?
The opening starts with
There
the
wasn't.
blue, and then
It starts with Lane in the like TV screen, and then it transitions over to the oddly unthematic.
Yeah,
Is that a word? Unthematic?
The opening doesn't fit the rest of the show at first.
It does not, and that's kind of why I liked it.
Yeah, it's so
And
weirdly placed.
I mean, it wasn't weirdly placed for me. I honestly watched all episodes, and I didn't bother having to skip anything. When I watch anime, it's like, okay, for the first episode, like I'll watch like the first I never saw the fucking intro. I never noticed it.
How?
I just fucking watched.
Wait, did you watch it dub or sub?
Fucking. Don't hold on. Let me look. I don't.
Was it Ching Chong or tacos or what?
Tacos?
I'm
what?
Fairly sure
That's
it was
Spanish.
dubbed. I'm fairly sure it was dubbed because I.
Okay.
Okay, when I watched the sub,
That's
the opening was in every episode, so...
I can't comment on the dub because I never watched the dub.
Okay, so I think the dub omitted the opening and the ending because those were actual episodes you could also watch in addition. They were like, look at the episode list. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. It was all the episodes, and then you had opening and ending, and I was like,
so they edited them out.
That's a pretty weird thing to do. So I guess they edited them out, and I never got to see it.
That
was honestly okay.
Really weird. Huh.
You know what also is weird?
What?
The fucking... There's a fairly... With that fucking intro, there's a lot of use of English. That whole intro is in English.
Yeah, something you don't understand, or... It starts like that, right?
You seem to be an honest man. And all the years you hold so dear will come to whisper
I guess I never got it, because I mean, the anime, like, the episodes are short enough that I was like, maybe they cut them out, I guess. I don't know.
The only thing you would have gained from watching that over and over is the idea that Lane is actually part of the Wired, because it shows her in TVs across, like, the city. So it's like, okay. And then, like, in the one shot, she's actually in the world. Time fucking freezes, and she just keeps walking on.
Yeah.
Like, oh. It kind of made a little sense. It kind of helped with my hypothesis of the show. By the way, I did eventually, like, halfway through the show, predict what was going to happen. I was kind of right. So, of course, this is going to have spoilers because we're talking about the fucking show, so I'm not going to fucking...
At the start of each, like, segment of anime homework, I'm like, hey, you want to skip past the anime homework and all these spoilers and such? Here's an annotation for it. So, yeah. So
basically, the spoiler is that fucking Lane is neither human nor completely wired. She's supposedly some sort of, like, as well, fucking quote-unquote God explains it, she's a software. However, that's not completely true. She's neither human nor wired. She's some sort of in-between. She exists in both fucking realities.
Right.
In both worlds.
According to Kami-sama, she started... Well, that's how they say it in the show. She started from the Wired, but she
You could just say God.
I mean, Kami-sama, all right?
And then there's 3 distinct personalities.
Yeah.
There's like, there may be 4 lanes. There's like 3 or 4 lanes.
Like, Lane mentions it herself. Like, she exists in other people, and those are her other selves.
There's like 3 I could determine. So we got the fucking vegetable who I swear is on shrooms all the fucking time. Doesn't fucking pay attention to shit. It's kind of just going, what? Oh.
I mean,
all the fucking time. And then you got the friggin' Wired version, which is an
asshole.
The entire opposite asshole.
Yeah.
Basically could fucking come on this podcast and be like, absolutely fit in.
And then we have Wired Lane Mark II.
And then there's a different one who decides to be a little bitch. And fuck over Vegetable Lane all the time.
Wait, there was also the Lane who I was actually like normal, the Lane that everyone knew before this anime started. Like the one that was okay at school and had friends. Happy.
Huh? What Lane was that?
Huh?
It was like a normal person Lane. Fucking... What? What do you mean who was that? They show it in like flashbacks through the other characters.
No. Oh,
Yeah.
I think you know what you're talking about. Those weren't actually flashbacks. Those were just like how
Oh
those
no, I
characters
know.
think.
Like, there was the time when Lane literally reconstructed the fucking past,
No,
and then
I'm not
there was
talking
like a
about that
second one of her.
I'm talking about when she was when her sister came into her room when she was first tinkering with her Navi. She was like,
Oh, that was one of the times.
that wasn't a flashback. That was just
Oh,
how
there were times. There were
Oh,
times where
she-
she decided she doesn't want to be a vegetable and become a normal person. I'll actually
So there's-
talk more than
There's
I'll
normal
actually
girl
talk
Lane, vegetable Lane, fucking internet Lane, and then there's like the pissy Lane that's kind of like eh.
there's also
Internet lane, friggin' Spite Lord lane.
there's also
Yeah.
wired / stoned lane, which is when or like super wired lane or wired lane Mark II as I like to call it, where she has all those wires around her and
I mean, that's
Or
just
on her.
vegetable.
what? No, that's wired lane Mark II.
That's still vegetable.
Yeah, that's vegetable. That's
She's
vegetable,
still-
and like the reason she had all that stuff was because of the fucking other guys. Anyway, fucking there's also fucking God, who's that other one? Shit. I was like, what was that in the last few episodes? There's Lane, and she's like, I don't know where the fuck I am. And then there's the other one.
That was
This shit's confusing. If you
that
couldn't
was-
tell.
All right, so that was I don't know lane.
Great
Like
naming
we said, there
sense.
were we said there were like 3 or 4, and now
How
we're
about God
Like,
about
at-
God
now
Advocate
we're
Lane?
subdividing
At
lanes.
that
like,
point, that was when Lane was having an existential crisis and was like, "Wait, do I need
I-
a body? Do I need like if
That
I
was God Advocate Lane.
Oh right, of course, God Advocate Lane.
we're further
I think we could-
sub.
There was
subdividing.
also existential crisis Lane where she did.
That's the same
Was
one.
the real Lane. Oh no!
I mean,
was
she
fucking-
did do. As soon as the anime ended, it ended with her saying like, "Oh, I guess there really isn't a real me, but I'm like,
There was,
so long as I'm here, I am in the real existence, right?"
Right. Also,
By the way, Lane's God.
oh yeah, like she can meet with people anytime she wants. That's how
She can rewrite the future. She can rewrite the past. She's omnipotent, omnipresent. Well, not omnipotent. She's omnipresent. I don't know about omnipotency.
She's not.
Uh,
She's not omnipotent because fucking vegetable lane is every
Excuse me,
time.
omnipotent.
She's not. She's like she doesn't. She's never. She's always unaware of shit that happens. Every time, fucking nearly every time she goes to talk with the girls. Hey, did you hear what fucking happened?
Oh,
There
what
was
happened?
That's a
shit that
different
happened.
lane, right?
And
It is a different lane.
How about we just
like, oh,
end this, okay?
No,
Because we've been on this topic for a bit too long.
No.
no.
we're-
There's still more to talk about.
Yeah,
No.
we're not even close.
But we
No, we're
have more.
close.
But we have other stuff
Okay.
to talk about.
No, we
Yeah, but
don't. We
what?
have the fucking. We have
Like-
the freaking. What is it? What is it called?
We have to reassign anime homework, and that's it.
With
Yeah,
the reason
like-
anime work, and there's
We have
fanfiction.
so much more to do.
I mean, do
No,
we
we're
have
not
a
doing
fan fiction to? Oh wait, we still have the origin stories for.
Yep,
Rhinoceros.
I so graciously found.
Mm-hmm. Good
The
job.
origin story exists.
You can find out how Rai's mother died. Anyway, fucking. So basically, like I was saying, fucking Lane turns out to be God. There's a false God. There's a bunch of sciencey shit that happens in between that. Does anyone ever figure out what happened with kids?
What?
Kids.
That was a
KIDS.
Knights project, and before the Knights were able to finish it, Lane stopped them by revealing their identities, and then they got killed.
Oh, so they were in the process of remaking, so it didn't really have an impact. Okay.
Right.
By the way, how many knights were there? Is that ever
Um,
established?
No, it was an all around the world thing. Like, do you
Yeah.
remember the mother?
Yeah, she was one.
Yeah, she was basically to show that literally anybody can be a knight, or could have been.
Dude,
a
Tiny
knight.
Kid was like a fucking semi-knight, though.
Yeah,
The
that as well.
knights. The knights were basically like what was that fucking anime about Durarara? They were like the dollars, except they had to be hackers. And
Right.
basically, if you're a hacker, fucking congratulations, you're a knight, I guess.
Like anybody could be in the group of knights, and that's kind of what made them super powerful because nobody would know who they are.
Anyone that was like a hacker.
Right.
That was a determining factor. You can hack good.
Okay.
Congratulations, you're a knight, I guess. You can maybe assist us with what we do in the background. And then fucking Lane will reveal your identity and somebody will come fucking murder you.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories on the internet about this show. One of which I think actually fits very well, and I didn't see it until I read it, was that this show is actually a heretical retelling of the books of Revelations from the Bible. And looking at it now, it fits really well.
I have no idea what the story of the Bible
It's
is.
basically a false prophet will claim to be the voice of God and attempt to command the world, but will be overcome by God. Basically, there's two gods in this show. There's Lane and the false god, the other guy.
I believe his name is Morai or Harai? Harai?
Yeah. He essentially said, fuck my physical body, I'm going to become the god of the Wired. But it turns out Lane's the god of the Wired, so she overcame him, and that kind of fits.
Well,
I like how they
isn't actually god of the Wired, though. Like, she even says,
She doesn't know what she is.
like, Marai said that he created Lane, and then Lane kind of trumped him by saying, oh, but who created you before, like, who created the Wired? Aren't they the god, not you?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
physical body, they're cool.
She's also the standing god, but she's a better standing god than Marai. Or Harai,
Yeah.
whatever his name is.
Well, it fits kind of well.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, there's like a shit ton of other comparisons to that, but I don't want to go too in-depth into the theory.
Yeah. Look it up for yourself.
I like how they gave
So shall
up
we
on this.
do? So shall we do the ending
Is
opinions
anyone? Well, I
now?
mean, does anyone else have anything they want to say? Because this show is kind of massive for 13 episodes. By the way, the show's only 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 13 standard length episodes.
It fits
And
a
it
lot
doesn't
into
feel
that
like it.
time.
It feels a lot longer.
Like, while I was
Yeah,
watching the show, my heart started, like, pounding multiple times because I was just so into the show that I was like, I think I may have felt tension where there was none. Either that or
There was kind of some like that.
yeah.
I like how they gave up on the schoolgirl thing. A couple episodes in. That schoolgirl that committed suicide starts talking to Lane, just fucking drop that shit. Fuck it. Lane could do
It was
other
kind of
shit.
the catalyst for some stuff. I'm really actually kind of fuzzy on the details in the beginning episodes because, like, she was just like a person who didn't know anything about Navis, and then she's like, "Oh, I guess I'll get my Navi," and then like, "Oh, here's a fucking mail. Guess I'm gonna upgrade my Navi. Oh, okay, I've got my upgrade shit. Guess I'm gonna modify it. Oh shit, where'd I get all this stuff? I've
Yeah,
got
suddenly
like a
okay,
CIA
yeah.
fucking liquid
Somehow
carbon
her-
coolant."
Like, she got all that stuff very quickly, and I have no idea
But-
how.
I mean, when you're the fucking god, I guess.
The bottom of my room is eternally friggin' wet. Like, the hell is
You have to
happening?
do some major fucking renovations to have like a fucking puddle on your floor.
It was an eternal puddle until fucking, I guess, I forget her name. She showed up into the room and suddenly became not wet.
Her name was
Fucking
Arisu.
Yeah, the water's not there anymore. Also, the alien showed up. It was great.
Yeah, you know what was funny? Right before the gray alien showed up, like there was someone opening the door. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a gray alien because I had fucking XCOM on my mind, and then sure enough, it was a fucking gray alien. I'm like, what the fuck?
The alien shows up, and then later on, friggin' Lane with the alien's body shows up in the girl's room, and it's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck
Shit's
happened there?
happening.
Um,
Shit's happening here, I guess.
Another thing the show does great is transitions. Like, for instance, there was a pretty intimate moment between Toro and Lane where Toro was like, "Oh hey, I'm supposed to be taking you on a date." Kiss, and then she takes out the gum out of her mouth, which was.
I was
presumably
like
prepared by
gonna
Toro.
ask what did he put in her mouth? Because like through this whole time they've been like, oh, I thought it was one of the drugs because it has that weird casing, or was like some other computer. No, it was just gum. I
Yeah.
realized that like 5 minutes ago.
It was just straight up gum. And that was a perfect transition into the next scene, because it kind of, like, was, like, a bit of comedic relief, I would say.
Comedic.
Like, it broke the tension down and was able to build it up again in the next scene, which was really good.
So, guys, I have a question for you. Totally
No.
off topic.
What?
Have you? It's totally off topic, but I want to know if you've done
That's a different
this
podcast.
before.
That's a different, better podcast. My God, you're still just browsing memes. And I've even seen that
Yeah.
meme before.
But it's true. Because this is literally the incarnate of pain.
I have no reason to stick my finger in one of them. Oh, what I do though is I do like to put in the little things that are like, oh, it's tea, or it's like tea, it's
Yeah,
diet.
I do
I
that
just
too.
fucking poke those in. That's great.
Same here.
Fucking all of them are
Here's
poked
another-
in now, motherfucker.
Here's another one that's also very true, because I even have the tools that are meant to undo this.
I think
Even with the
we've
tools,
covered-
it's impossible.
I think we
Not really, it's not impossible.
Everything in the show, yes.
It is
I
the
mean-
most difficult thing ever.
there's a few.
If you want to bring up something, bring it up.
Yeah.
Like seriously, what do you got?
I'm good.
No, go ahead. Talk about the anime. You like the anime.
I'm good.
There's interesting stuff about the
I
anime.
mean, we haven't given our fucking review scores yet, have we?
We have not.
All right. Let's start with the person that I don't know what. Fuck it. We'll start with Nick, I guess. Or no, we'll start with Ian. Ian scores mandatory.
2 out of 10.
All
Wow.
right, Nick, score.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to disagree with you on that, me included.
You get
I'm
5 sentences to defend. You're gonna fucking go. You're gonna fucking go on for minutes if we don't give you a limit.
Come back to me, please. Like it's.
That's 2 sentences.
You
Nick.
had this whole fucking time. Besides today,
That's two
this podcast has been going for 2.5 hours almost. What the
Nick
fuck
has-
have you been
I'm
doing?
not
Nick has-
actively thinking of what I should score the
We-
anime.
For like the last half an hour, have been actively
Nick has-
talking about this show.
Like I
Nick
know
now
there's
has
so
2
many
sentences
good
left.
points about the show. Like I don't know of anything bad in the show, but what I'm thinking is this one of my
The
favorite
visuals?
shows of all time? Is this one of the best animes ever made? And while I really want to say yes, there's just like a few things which could have been like
Alright,
little
then
better.
I'll give fucking my review then. I can fucking concise. Well, I can give a much more concise review quicker.
Please do.
I give this show a
Nick, you
fucking.
used up- Hold on. Nick, you used up your 5 sentences. You only give a score now. All right, Dominic.
Alright. I give the show an 8 out of 10. It's very rare a show these days makes me think at all. Like, I could fucking pop on a fucking episode of Qualia Code, just like, ha, fucking people shooting monsters. It's great.
Yeah, but it's from the past though, so it's not.
It is from the past, and but it still does make you think. Like what I'm saying, like compared to the show today, you don't have to think. This show makes you think. You can't just fucking. I don't know. Maybe you could fucking go get yourself fucking blazed up, and you might enjoy the show a bit more. But the show is genius.
All right.
It does things very
Nick-
well.
Why
Fucking-
not a higher score? Is my
Why not a high score? The fucking reasons I would give it a lower score is mainly its visuals.
okay, and how they're somewhat dated and backwashed.
It is also incredibly fucking confusing. It's not going to be like this is a recommendation score as well as a fucking personal score. The only reason I would hesitate to recommend the show is because of how confusing it is. Like the layman's not going to fucking go into this and see immediately anything good. It has to be someone who's willing to stick with the show all the way through to the end to maybe even get like 20% of the information without going online. Even then, this show is still ambiguous as fuck. Which I do like. But it's not like it's not a show I'll ever go back and watch again, because I know everything now.
Mm.
Maybe one day in the vast off future that'll change, but I highly doubt it. It's not like a show I'm going to watch a year from now. So yeah, 8 out of 10.
All right, Nick. What's your score that you can no longer defend because you used all your
You only get a
sentences
score now.
already? You only get a score now. All right. You know what? We'll give you 1 sentence. Or not.
Make
You
it
can
a-
just never talk again. You can just
All
never
right.
talk again. That's cool too.
Okay, so Nick scores question mark out of 10. Chris, that's a send. He just wrote
I
a
give it
sentence.
I give it a 7 out of 10 for essentially the same reasons you did. It's like it's a good show. It has stuff. There's a lot of information behind it, and a lot of stuff a lot of information you can go into it and like depth to stuff. It's not for everybody.
Oh, I just messed up.
It's not for it's not for everybody. It's not everyone will enjoy this show. It's not like it's not like one of those blanket shows that you can pretty much recommend to like I will say like 80% of the population. It's not one of those shows. Naruto, yeah, it's fairly easy to recommend to some. Well, to certain I mean, it's fairly easy to recommend to like generalness, but like this anime is not an anime that would be like, yeah, you should totally watch it unless I like absolutely knew that person's interests and they would be interested in that. This is not really an anime I would ever really recommend to anyone that are like, I like if it's I like anime. Do you know any good ones? This would not be one. This would not be one I would give out. Like,
Unless they're like, I want
out.
some like psychological shit.
Yeah, I want some deep psychological shit. I want some psychological side to be like, yeah, well, I've watched Serious Spider-Man. That's pretty good. But yeah, 7 out of 10. It's a good show, but it isn't for everyone. So that's why it's
9 out of 10. Well, the
Okay.
presentation and so many of there, like almost everything in the show is perfect. It's just that some of the visuals have not held up over time. And what I have to say is, well, same as everyone
Only
else.
cis dealing absolutes.
Almost
Perfection.
everything in the show is perfect, except that
Sith.
what? I don't get the Sith thing.
Perfection's an absolute. It's technically incorrect, but
Almost everything in the show is like the paramount of what you can expect from a show, like sound
There you
design,
go.
music, visuals, all that. It's just that a few of the visuals are just
They're dated.
They're backwash.
They're dated.
Like the backwashing, while great,
It
most of the time, kind of falls off of it when it's used so often in the show. So 9 out of 10.
The fact that it's also dated gives it the fact that it's also dated also hurts its watch value lately.
Also,
some people
I give it an extra brownie point for having gray aliens. LMAO.
The show does have a very 90s vibe to it, or early 2000s.
Yeah.
yeah,
sounds like
like
80s.
yeah, I can the one thing it did have is there wasn't like points where I was like, this is like I know it was an older one, so I was like a lot more forgiving with whatever it decided to put on the screen for me. Except for when they fucking reuse shots, I don't fucking forgive that shit. Stop reusing shit. At least draw something different here. Maybe like every time she walks out the door, maybe make it slightly different, so maybe people can fucking theorize about that shit. Don't make it
there was
exactly
one
the same.
time where that happened.
Wow, one time.
but
One time,
you did
but
do it.
it's probably like after you've seen it 5 times. So that point,
Yeah.
unless you're seriously looking for
3 or 4
everything, you're not
times.
gonna fucking notice that. You're gonna be like, they're showing this shit again. I guess I'll just tune out for like a couple seconds
So
until they just show something more interesting.
a good example
Alright.
of reusing shots but having them be different is the Endless 8 from Haruhi Suzumiya. Anybody ever heard of that?
No,
Nope.
I've never watched that show.
So, The Endless 8 is a series of 8 episodes that have almost the exact same storyline, storyboard, and everything. What's different in each episode is very, very slight. Like, oh, it's this number instead of this number, or they have different clothes on, or something of that sort. It's very minuscule differences, but one of the reasons that I watched through the entire Endless 8, which, by the way, the only episodes, like, if I were to ever go back through Haruhi Suzumiya, I would watch episodes 1, 3, 5, 7, and 8. I wouldn't watch all of the Endless 8. 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 have bigger story things happen than the rest of them.
By the way, this show is 18 years old.
Lane, it was 98, right?
Yeah.
Yep. 98.
So yeah. All right. So that's it. And for the first time in about a while, since a
Okay,
guest
let's
one,
be totally honest.
I'll
It's like
get
fucking
to. Yeah. So
7.
since
It's like 17 years. Fucking
yeah. So since
11 months.
Since in a long time, for the first time in a while, since since we put in this rule and a guest one last week who isn't currently present, we all actually get to put in an anime this week. And
By the way, we did
All right,
technically
Dominic,
say what the theme was this week. Did anyone besides me remember?
Manga.
Nope.
Okay, great. Can you get us like something really quickly, or do we want to do a normal week again?
Do a
Normal week, I guess.
All right, really quick. Next week is manga week. Find a manga that you want to read.
We say this every podcast for like the last 2 podcasts. Fucking, you just need to fucking. I need to remember to remind you. It's really my fault.
That would, yeah. At least like remind us at some point.
Yep. Fucking.
I don't give a shit
The
if
only
it's
problem
like
with that
the
is now I need to figure out what anime to recommend.
I
found one. We can give you 5 minutes. It's not that hard to find it. I mean, for Nick, it's not that hard. He has a fucking gigantic list of shit he hasn't seen before, so like,
Yeah,
he can fucking just look through that
Um,
He could just fucking look through that real quickly and look for one.
All right, so give me 5 minutes. Talk about something else. I have one in mind, but I want to make sure I have a second just in case Nick, for some reason, recommends it.
Okay.
Low chance.
I
of
shall-
possibility.
I shall then be back, I guess.
All right then.
All right.
We can all just go silent, and I can just cut it out if you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, we could have something to talk about. If we don't, you just cut out the dead air. That's how this
Yeah.
shit works.
Simple.
So how's your fucking D&D game going?
Oh, it's making great progress. Like, I have the first, I would say, 5 screens done.
Really?
Really.
Wait, you're doing screens now?
Yeah, I'm actually making, like, oh, this is the town, and whatnot.
Oh, how's
Like,
that working out for you?
I've mainly been working on dungeon and boss encounters the most.
Yep.
Like, I have one main town, and then dungeons. I still need to make roads connecting the dungeons to the main town.
Let me ask you something. Are
Yeah.
you making them, or are you using some?
What do you mean?
Like, that one map we saw the first time was you just used the pre-made map.
Oh, for some of them, I'm having the pre-made maps. Other times, I'm using it as, like, a sort of template, I guess. Like, I would just put, like, a random thing in the background, or, like, a setting in the background instead of, like, a pre-made map. Been a while since I DM'd a game.
Why did that happen now?
What did?
Server errors. You know what? Oh, you know what? I bookmarked something, didn't I? We could do this. Yeah, sure, why not? All right, I have 2 ideas.
Good.
So you can't fuck me over.
Aren't you okay?
It's like if Nick fucks me over, because Nick's going first, then I'll have a second one to fall back on.
There's a very
Alright,
low
so
chance
are we
I'm going
good?
to fuck you over.
I mean, you were
Good.
gonna do Serial Experiment Lane and then fucking Monster, and fucking Paul did both.
Yeah, but he was catering to the fact that Paul existed.
Eh. All right, so I'm good.
He says Serial Experiments Lane. He has at least 1 vote because Paul doesn't give a fuck. Paul doesn't give a fuck, but Paul knows that Serial Experiments Lane is pretty cool, so he'll vote for that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, see, he fucking agrees. You were pandering to the fucking.
I mean, I know what he likes, so yeah.
Then
least
again,
when it
there's
comes
some
to anime.
slight pandering here. Not much, but slight.
Mainly to Ian.
What is this blank space?
Okay, so Nick, are you looking for one, or do you?
I'm still looking, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
back.
you also had a manga in fucking
What I
mind?
miss.
Maybe.
What manga?
Soul Eater.
Oh, that's a good one.
Wait, I thought we were doing anime.
No, we are. It's
We
just
are.
Oh,
that
no.
I was
I had
asking
a manga.
him.
I had a manga in
Oh.
mind to recommend, not an anime. So
I mean, you've recommended stuff in the past that didn't win. You know, like fucking 11 weeks worth of shit or something.
no. I've won some of the
You
weeks.
You've won 2. 1. 2?
Haha, you even said 2. Yeah.
No, I'm trying to legitimately remember if you've won 2 past Log Horizon.
No. I've won 2 in total, minus 1 for Log Horizon though.
Okay, so I'm gonna stab you now.
The one I won was Do Da Da Da.
Oh, you won Durarara, and you... The only one?
We forced Log Horizon. That was it. Other than that, it's been one to Paul.
I guess
most
the reason
to you,
I keep
and
thinking
a
this
little
is
bit
because
to me.
you did say you wanted to recommend Serial Experiment Lane. I'm like, oh yeah, Nick did that. It was Paul, so...
But it
Don't worry, Nick.
totally
You'll win as soon
won't.
as we get bad anime again. You put forth fucking, what was it called? Girls Bravo.
I was hoping you wouldn't remember.
I'll remember. And it's
The
gonna happen
problem is
again.
no one's going to vote for it.
I mean, if
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Girls
that's
Bravo, I'll vote.
Because oh wait, no, somebody I know it'll because like you put that fourth. You put that fourth, but you've lost Nick's vote at that point, and I'm fairly sure you've lost Ian's vote. So then the only vote
Oh
you
no,
have
but
left
remember
is
how
Ian.
we all submitted horrible shit and then Ian voted for me? Ian will vote for me no matter what. Because he's not gonna watch it anyway.
I mean, it depends.
No, it doesn't. It's all shit anime, so it's probably all gonna be fucking etchy as shit.
So are we ready to
Nope,
say
Nick's thing.
our...
And when Nick says he's ready, and then we go. Nick will give you like 10 minutes.
And because Nick is
well-
taking this long, he goes first.
I won't need
More
that.
memes.
He does go first. He does go first. We give you 10 minutes, and you do go first.
I won't need 10 minutes. Maybe.
Guys, look at the link I sent you.
Yep.
Ready.
Don't worry, this is the part of the podcast that gets cut out.
That is true.
This is basically how Pokemon Go works.
And what? What?
The Pokemon just keeps fucking swiping away the ball. It happens to me all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's not catching a Pokemon if the animation doesn't occur and fuck you out of at least one ball. I'll just jump over this one, smack this one, and then fucking jump over the next one. Look at me, motherfucker. Oh, you actually hit me with one? Fuck you. 2 ticks, I pop out.
Tick, tick,
Think
fuck
about
you.
whether or not. Think about whether you know.
The fuck is this? Is that Hillary Clinton?
It's a Kadabra.
I have literally seen every meme you've posted.
I will find one you haven't seen.
Yeah, you're just gonna go to some Undertale shit.
I could do that, but I'm not that evil. Have you seen that one?
Don't know. Fucking... Yep. I've seen a shit ton of Rage comics, dude.
Shit.
I'll find one eventually.
Yep, that's from the fucking PS2 game. Yep. Pretty famous. What game it is, though. Yep. I've also seen the version of the fucking hand dryer. It's just...
I'm gonna find something somehow.
Yep, seen it. Fucking Tickle Me Elmo choking out a kid. Yep. Also the variation with the other fucking... Come on, man. You're just looking at the more from. I'm looking at it. before you even post it. This is what we call shit posting on the internet.
No, shit posting is just deliberately making something shit, throwing it on the thing, and it's like, yeah, this is it.
Yep,
Fucking this.
seen this.
The Pokemon Go subreddit is fucking livid, and it's half shit posts. Oh, look at what Neontic is gonna do. Thank you, Neontic, for your fucking.
Yep, seen this. Just shit ton of Legos on the floor, kid. Not a meme, but... yeah.
Okay, I got it. So, the show I'm going to be recommending this week is,
Oh, what was that weird cut? There was no cut. What?
I mean, there's going to be some talking that you guys did, because some of that conversation was interesting, you know?
Alright. Put it in.
Alright,
Now,
so...
just one more meme for Iggy.
And is it new? Nope.
So, the anime...
I'm a meme lord.
Maybe write it in curse. Or just not say it. He's thinking again. All right, let's go, Dominic.
You guys started talking.
Nope, Nick goes first.
It's
What,
because
you're
you guys
Miss
started
McQueening it?
talking again. So I was like,
We're
alright,
all-
shut up.
We waited for you. We started talking
We
because you
waited
shut up.
10 minutes! Fuck you!
We actually waited 5. But no, we started talking because you stopped in the middle of your sentence.
Okay, well...
So the anime I'm recommending is
So the recommending I'm at...
Nick, pull your shit together.
So the anime I'm recommending this week is...
How you know about
John
the
Cena.
Pokemon?
John Cena. Further delay this shit.
Final countdown?
Final countdown.
John Cena.
Wait, hang on.
Final countdown. John Cena.
So the anime I'm recommending this week is known...
John Cena.
I like how this GIF just works. The John Cena GIF I put in thing just works.
Oh, hold on. Let me just...
So the anime I am recommending this week is Steins Gate. Staying on the
I've
whole...
heard of this.
Since
Wait, what is Steins Gate?
So Steins Gate
That guy, isn't this
It's
another
time travel
essay
paradox crap.
It is a suspenseful thriller show where confusing stuff does happen. It is a thinker, but it's not always a thinker.
How do you spell it?
Steins space gate.
Nope,
There's
a
Steins Gate,
semi-
Steins Gate Zero, Steins Gate Special, Steins Gate Fuka something or other,
There's
Steins
a,
Gate another thing, Steins Gate
There's
another
a
thing.
What?
There's a semicolon.
There's like fucking a shit ton of stuff.
Well,
There
I'm
is
talking
I found-
specifically-
I found-
4, 5, 6 different things.
I'm talking
Are you talking
specifically about the anime.
Stein semicolon gate.
Oh, I've seen this dude. I've seen several gifs of this dude and that one chick that does the da-da thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That chick. Steins Gate is about this group of sort of... The fuck am I saying? Steins Gate is about this group of wannabe scientists who are onto something. Something about...
He's a
Time.
mad scientist, apparently.
Yeah, something about time travel. And to say any
So I'm
more
assuming,
would kind of spoil it. Like, the time travel element is introduced in the first episode. But to say any more
always
would
thought-
kind of spoil it.
I always thought Steins Gate and Gate had something in common. Turns out no.
Oh, no. Like, Gate is a pretty mediocre show.
Some people like it, apparently.
I mean, it's along the same lines of, like, when you think of how, like, mythical things are going to show up in real day, like, you would think, like, how many tanks is it going to take down a dragon? Or how many wizards can handle...
At least 12.
In the show, you apparently only need one helicopter to take down the dragon.
I mean, how powerful. And the dragon.
Depends on the helicopter, depends on the dragon, too. Like, if it's like a freaking civilian, if it's like a news helicopter, it's not gonna cut it.
Like,
now we're talking like a military chopper? Alright, what kind of dragon at this point?
Like, Gate was
I mean, there's a lot of variables. By the way, this for Steins Gate, apparently the first few episodes are kind of foolish, or they fool you, and then apparently it becomes intense later. So,
alright, so that's next
also 25
anime.
episodes.
It is.
What?
Well, isn't it 24?
How the fuck is it 25? I have 24!
Yeah, it's 24 plus an OVA.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it doesn't count as an OVA. Plus, there's Steins Gate Zero, Steins Gate Special, Steins Gate Fuka Ryoki no Deja Vu, Steins Gate some other shit I'm not going to pronounce, and Steins Gate some other shit I'm not going to pronounce.
Okay, we're going to strictly go for the original 24-episode Steins Gate run.
You're boring.
I mean, do you want
Okay,
to watch
the
all of
Deja
it?
Vu things, there's a movie. Holy shit.
I mean,
Are
I'm
these all
probably going to
movies?
watch everything related to Steins Gate, to be honest.
I probably will as
So,
well.
alright. I mean, school's happening.
I still
I'm gonna have a shit ton. I'm gonna have a
It's
shit
easy.
ton of free time. I'm gonna have a shit ton of free time after freaking senior seminar.
All right, who's
Besides-
next? Ian, what are you doing?
I'm going to suggest Samurai 7. It's an anime that's based off a novel that's called The Seven Samurai. And basically,
Great
the
Yu-Gi-Oh
synopsis
cards.
of this... Basically, the synopsis of this anime is you have 7 samurai, and they take down giant outlaw mechs, basically.
It's
Good.
fucking-
That's all.
I thought you-
That's
you
all
know-
it took.
I really thought you were going to say Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack technically doesn't count as an anime.
Depends
I've never
on
seen
depends on your.
Samurai Jack. It's on my list of
Depends
things to
on
watch.
Well, they never technically finished it, which is another sad thing.
I heard it was getting revamped or something.
I think I heard that too.
It's a historical mecha samurai show, which the historical and samurai makes sense. Historical mecha, not so much.
Why? Mecha are historical.
Yeah. Apparently it's good, according to the comments.
All right.
It could be a potential decent anime if there's a remake of this. I think it's underrated. Watched a long time ago, not bad. Anime is based on one of the best movies in Japan, Seven Samurai. The more you know. It is
Alright.
complete. I don't know. It doesn't say when it was made. That's odd.
2000.
And it has 26 episodes.
It was made
So they went?
2004, by the way.
26 episodes. All right. Chris.
Oh, you. Deflect, motherfucker.
All right. So
Deflect.
what I'm just going to fucking copy paste this in an attempt to pronounce it. Fuck.
Couldn't find the English name?
I don't know if it has. It probably does have an English name. Oh, it
Probably
does.
Yeah, maybe pronounce
I'm
that.
going to. Okay, why not? Fucking. It's called Inu Battle Within Everyday Life, or fucking this thing. It is a slice of life, fucking supernatural show.
Oh, Nietzsche Joe.
Fucking. I'm not normally the guy to fucking go watch a slice of life show, but I watched this and I don't remember why. It's about a fucking literature club who fucking. They have one of those. What is the name of that fucking syndrome in Japan? Like third grader syndrome?
Chunibyo.
There's a whole yeah, they have a whole fucking show on that. Fucking, there's the main character dude has fucking that, and he's like, oh, edgelord. He's like, oh, I have a fucking demon in my arm, whatever. And then for some reason, one day, the fucking members of the literature club actually get fucking superpowers, and it's their fucking life in basically not changing at all, despite the fact that they have superpowers. It's actually fairly interesting.
You've told me about this show.
Yeah, I recommended it to you. It does have...
Name?
Does it have a dub? It does not have a dub.
When supernatural battles became commonplace. Although there's probably no battles.
Oh, yeah. There's that, too. So, like, fucking the main character has the ability to shoot black flames out of his hands. The fucking one chick has the ability to fucking speed up or slow down time. Another one has the ability to create anything. One of them controls the elements. One of them heals. It's kind of interesting. And it's like their school life and nothing changes. It is 12 episodes, and that's it. Made in 2014.
So what's yours, Chris?
Fuck. I'll type it in chat. I say it at the same time.
I assume then it has a weird Ching Chong name.
It's Covenary of the Iron Fortress.
Oh.
Ooh!
Ooh.
I've been meaning to watch this.
I heard
Yeah.
that name before. What's it about?
It is the sole successor to
So-
Attack on Titan.
Ah,
Sure. I mean, Bloodborne is a lot better soul successor then. So this is Covenary of the Iron Fortress. In a world plagued by fucking zombies, except these zombies for some reason have a layer of iron over their heart, and that's the way you kill them. So it's somehow pierce their heart and get through that layer of iron. And because of the fact that these zombies exist, the way the world works is you fucking have to transport on train and shit, because you don't want to get bit by zombies. Zombies suck.
I
So,
like the
yeah.
sound of the train.
Train. It's labeled. Fuck.
I've heard
I
that
don't
the
know.
show is great as an art book because it looks awesome and the choreography of the fights is awesome, but it's still a
I
dumb
believe
show.
Digibro made a video on this
Yes.
video, or this anime.
That is
I
where
started
got
watching
that
it, and like,
movie.
I'm gonna stop watching this video and then actually go watch the anime, but I never did.
Yeah.
Hmm.
This is an anime, and I thought about suggesting it for 1 week, and then I realized it was still airing, and I was like, can't exactly do
Yep,
that. Then.
it came out
Eh.
last season. It was one of the most popular shows last season.
Yeah, I was like,
And
fuck.
Dominic,
Okay.
you're getting indoctrinated to the Digibros. Mwahaha.
All
Wait,
right.
what? You cut out as you said that. Indoctrinated
Alright.
to...
We have,
The Digibros. You're watching more Digibros.
But,
so we
no,
have our 4.
I ended up watching like 2 of his
Animes.
videos and not even completely. It was like, oh, here's the fucking 1,000 anime recommendations and this shit about this thing. Like, oh,
250 plus.
I didn't watch any of them. I just
No,
know they
250.
exist.
Alright then.
So
Watch them.
these are suggestions. Everybody gets 2 votes. That isn't for yourself or
Mhm.
the same anime. So type the name of the person in chat.
Not the
You get
show.
votes.
Of the person in chat. Not
You
the
get 2
show.
votes, right?
2
2
votes,
votes.
not for yourself, and you can't double down. So essentially, it's just picking sides, because you have 3 animes to vote. Basically, say fuck you to one person. Fuck you, your anime isn't interesting.
Are we ready?
Or it's less interesting.
It's less
I'm
interesting
ready.
than the rest.
I'm not ready.
/ my interests this week are somewhat different than normal. Like, oh, we've been watching nothing but fantasy shows, let's not watch another fantasy show. I think we had that
But
happen once.
Everything is a fantasy show right now.
We were watching
Well,
a lot
mine's
of
technically
video game
sci-fi.
ones.
Mine's
It's
actually
still a
sci-fi.
fantasy. It's still a fantasy. It just happens to
Fantasy-
have science.
All of these are technically fantasy then, because they're not real.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh,
That's
God.
what I said.
Bad
We all
example.
fantasy.
Alright, we've been watching a lot of dramas lately. Let's not watch another drama. There we go. Different example. Fuck off.
All right. So I'm ready.
Ready.
I'm ready. Ian's ready. Nick's not ready. Dominic's ready.
I'm
Nick
ready.
again is taking an eternity.
Okay.
You ready?
Alright.
All
right,
count-
3, 2,
2.
1, go! 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 Just go!
All right.
Nuck.
Yep.
Who the frick is Nuck?
Not.
I renamed Nick.
I win!
Do you win?
I win!
Nick win?
Yeah!
Hey.
Iggy is in second place, Chris and Ian tied for last.
Nope.
All
Ian
right.
has 2 votes. I have 1.
Oh yeah, I voted for him. I win. Yay.
Good for you.
Wait,
Nope, Nick has 3 votes.
aren't me and Iggy tied?
Yeah, sorry.
Doesn't matter.
I didn't count my own votes for some reason.
This isn't friggin' what's the card game? I forget.
Fucking-
Was it War? This isn't War, where if you tie it, the freaking the tie overwrites anything else. No,
Yeah, no.
sorry. Nick got more votes,
All right.
therefore he.
So the current
It's
anime
a
homework win
democracy.
standings are Iggy at 8, Chris at 5, me at 3, -1 because I forced Log Horizon Odyssey.
I'm gonna stab you.
Paul is at 1, TLG is at 0, Ian is at 0.
This was my moment.
It was close, actually.
Honest.
Yeah,
You actually got some votes.
you actually recommended something that was somewhat interesting.
Yep.
And that,
Instead of fucking Card Fight Vanguard.
yeah, our card game.
Hey, I didn't do those for the last like, however many episodes.
I'm so
like-
happy.
Yeah,
that
but
I
for
won.
for like a good portion of anime homework's beginning, though, it was just like, what are you freaking putting forward? Card Fight Vanguard? You're still fucking the rules, so nah. Who gives
I
a
was
fuck?
in the middle of seasons.
Doesn't mean you can see doesn't mean you say fuck the rules.
I have money.
He has no money though. That's the problem.
I was just finishing the quote. Alright, fucking yay. Did that.
None of us have money here.
So
None
are
of
we
us have
done?
partic-
Because I'm kind of hungry because it's midnight.
Honestly,
Well,
you
I
can
mean-
fucking leave whenever you want.
Hey,
is true.
I'm one of the members of the podcast. I have to be here.
I don't know how many episodes
Don't-
you've actually
don't.
seen through.
To
You
the
usually
end?
leave pretty early.
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, he
I
doesn't.
usually,
he
just,
doesn't
I
leave.
usually leave for the blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
the thing.
He usually doesn't stick
Yeah.
around.
He leaves.
The thing every other member of the show stays for. By the way, you'll notice 3 people here have 100% participation
Oh.
completely through the fucking podcast.
Because it hasn't been. Because I don't think it's been mentioned yet. Ian's a guest. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am
there
not
you-
a
there you
guest.
go. I was wondering when you were gonna break that up.
Also, are you forgetting the fact that Chris does like just go mute for like half of these
Hey.
things sometimes?
Not
I have
really,
shit
no.
I mean,
You go mute for more than I do.
Yeah.
Most of the time,
That was a
I
bad
go
example.
mute.
That's because I don't have anything to talk about.
That's a bad thing.
consider
I'm
this is
not
a
a very
podcast where
good-
you're supposed to talk about something.
Hey, maybe you could watch the anime and then you could have talk about that. Ooh.
No, he's in the middle of something and he's editing videos. He's too busy this time. He's looking for
Too
a
much
job.
Signs
Okay.
Gate.
Like, and there's gonna be like he's like the one time he watches the anime, it's because he was already in the middle of it, and we actually voted for it. That's the only time he watches the anime homework in the
Okay.
entire existence of this fucking podcast.
So prefacing thing. Steins Gate's first episode? Kind of confusing.
Apparently, the
It's
fucking first
it's an
3 episodes
anime-
aren't that great.
It's an anime about time paradoxes. Of course, it's going to be confusing.
Okay, it's just that since you said, oh, I didn't like Serial Experience Name because I had no idea what was going on. I admit, it's confusing at first, but don't worry, it gets better. Okay? Okay.
I still don't get why people drop this after the first few. Do people need boobs and lollies murdering each other just to pay attention?
What?
That's one of the
Why?
comments for this. Signs Gate. It's like fucking saying because it doesn't have stereotypical things, people tend to drop it.
Oh, no Bubu Festu, no Laiku.
All hail Boobatanya. What the fuck?
Bubatanya?
I don't know.
I
It's
guess
just like
that's...
I went down like a fucking page in that comment chain, and apparently people are talking about boobs.
I'm assuming that's...
Opie is the only
very-
thing that keeps us going.
I'm going to
Hmm.
assume that's a fairy tale thing, because, like, Titania has, like,
It's
big...
talking about... I don't know.
Because Titania in that show has, like, a lot of plot, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, that's what we otakus
Plot.
need. Just the
Maximum
lollies, though.
plot.
Sniff, sniff.
Need the maximum plot. Although there are those that say flat is justice too.
Yeah, there's some. There's the justice and the Opie.
I'm on the side of justice.
Yeah, sure.
I
I
am
have
not.
no comment.
I'm on the side of I don't give a fuck.
Oh yeah,
Same here.
asexual motherfucker.
Hey, you're just fucking meat bags.
All right.
I'm
So
on the
that's
side of I don't voice my opinion.
That's because you're uncomfortable with your opinion. Let's move on.
At least I admit when I'm into things.
I mean, you shouldn't have been
I mean, you
You should have heard us playing Overwatch when he started talking about little boy buttholes. It
Please
was
no.
weird.
Let's not talk about that.
It happened.
I like he said I'm comfortable, and then that's what he talked about. I'm not
Oh
comfortable.
no. It's
I'm
because
not comfortable.
someone in chat
Backpedal.
said, fuck gay children or something like that. And then Nick started going on that, and he's like, yeah.
Nick backpedaled so hard. Nope.
Nick was advocating gay pedophilia.
I was like,
So-
oh, you want to fuck gay people? Sure. And then I forgot the children part of it. And I was like, oh, wait, hang on a second.
Nick's favorite anime is Boku no Pico.
Never
That's actually his
seen it.
secret. That's actually it's his secret top #1 anime of all time. He watches it. He watches it at bare minimum once a month.
Like, on my anime list, I have this set of binary code, QR codes, like a bunch of, like, different codes that you have to decipher and then put into a random number generator, which has to be a specific random number generator. It can't be just any of them. And then eventually, you get to the point where it says, the holy grail of anime, Boku no Pico.
Confirmed. You've heard it here.
Pico.
Nick's favorite anime.
You know it's Pico, right?
I've always heard it pronounced Piku.
Well, you're Pico
All right.
wrong.
All right, so moving on, we're gonna go to fan fiction, I guess, so we can hurry this along. All right, and at this point, we say goodbye to our special guest Ian. Bye.
Well, if you really
Yeah,
have
you know, he's
special-
wait. He's voiced his fucking concern. He's not fucking a guest. He is a guest apprentice.
Mm.
I am going to stab you, Iggy.
Apprentice guest
So-
Ian.
Have you
Intern.
finished Tavern? When you have you finished Tavern Brawl yet?
How do you finish Tavern Brawl? What does
No,
that
not-
mean?
Not Tavern Brawl, I meant Cannon Brawl. Cannon Brawl.
I mean, it's simple, you know. You just.
Oh, I guess so, yeah. I beat the game,
Okay, we're fighting tomorrow.
but there's all like the EXP shit you can unlock and all that shit.
Yeah, the XP shit isn't really all that important except for like one thing. I can't remember what it is.
Leave. This is your cue. Fuck out.
We're going to the fan fiction.
Unless you want to stay and listen to the origin story of people you have absolutely no idea about.
Or actually
It's
care
Ruby themed.
I've watched Ruby. Oh yeah, did you know that they? Oh wait, we've already mentioned the League
Yep.
Force season, haven't we?
about. It's not a leak when it.
Not only
It
when it's
comes
official.
directly from them.
Yo, hey guys. Official post on Rooster Teeth. Don't tell anybody, but Rooster Teeth Season 4 may be on this specific date. Shush.
Rooster Teeth season 4, yeah.
Yeah.
There also
Rooster
might have.
Teeth Season
There
4.
also might have been a trailer at RTX. All right, so can we get a link? Anybody
I'll get it, I
No.
guess.
So yeah, I'm
Well,
gonna
the-
go eat and then go to sleep, guys. So later.
Yep. Yeah. That was it. That was
See you.
fantastically.
So I get the
That was
Ruby
expected.
two
This is
minutes.
me right now.
I don't. Sure.
So yeah, bye.
Alright. Let's see.
And remember, I'm
Yeah,
ASP Ian on YouTube and DeviantArt and all that.
I muted you, so.
Plugging's at the end.
Yep.
Alright.
We're not gonna plug it.
Plucky,
Found
these
it.
are short.
We could just run through all of them.
Oh.
I just posted
no.
it. It's just right
no,
there.
Let's not. I wasn't
But
saying
it
oh,
makes
they're
it
short.
easier on our sanity.
No, I'm good.
Just
I don't
say
want to do
they're
all of them.
short. There's only 3 of them.
I'm good.
It's easier. It's easier on our sanity if we just get it all done through.
Stop. We need
First
something
time.
up for next
Yeah,
time.
we never. No, we don't.
This is all we have.
If you want Do you want to read? No, we have the friggin' Donald Trump fan fiction.
We have Peter
Paul read
Chimera.
something too.
We
Oh, you
the
finished
Trump-
that? Shit.
Yeah.
We had Peter Chimera.
Oh, Peter Chimera? Yeah.
Oh,
Thing Paul so graciously gave us.
Mm-hmm.
so we
He
can
has
use
quite a
that
bit of
to run through
fanfiction.
this and then read something. Read something with comedy that we laugh about that isn't friggin' grammar mistakes.
I mean, that's half the fun.
Maybe.
So, shall I begin?
Sure.
I was cleaning and prepping my weapon like the others.
Is that it?
Yep.
Wow. Good.
All right, we're done
Good.
for today. Thanks for tuning into the podcast.
Like, I read to see that, oh, it was Harwin, and then I went to do the voice, and I was like, shit. Why am I doing voices? What am I doing?
Because you've
Ah!
already forced yourself into this. Also, I do have confirmation he's working on more.
Ooh.
Ooh. A sequel.
There's that.
Has he watched through all of Ruby?
Has.
I want to see the point where fucking Rai has to deal with the.
Kunai with chain. What is this?
Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing. Every time pretty much every time he calls me, right as we're about to end the call, and I'm like,
Kunai with
he's like, shut up. Call extends for another. Don't ever say that again. And I'm just like, yeah.
Sometimes you're a great
Yeah.
person.
It's 3 hours,
Kunai
23
with
minutes.
chain.
3
What are you
hours,
talking
23
about? I'm always
minutes,
a great
13
person.
seconds.
I think he's referring to the fact we keep saying yeah
Kunai with chain.
and all that shit. Also,
Kunai with
really need new spoilers.
Dumbledore's killed by Snape.
I'm not blocking
You could
that
say
one.
you got sniped.
Harambe died.
Oh, dicks out.
I kind of want to censor
Uh,
Harambe dying just so that way when people say, oh, dick's out, like, what? Why?
Necrophilia.
Makes sense of that.
Makes sense.
Serial Experiments Lane.
Kunai with chain.
Right then.
God, what else could we spoil?
Oh, friggin' Durarara,
Kunai with chain.
and then decides she doesn't want it.
Ooh. Shell is a girl?
Who?
Shell.
Who?
Shell.
Who?
We need more.
Shell.
Who?
More.
Shell.
Wait, what are you saying? Shell or Chell?
Yeah. I don't know. It's either one of those pronunciations.
Are you talking about from Portal?
Again.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not a
from
spoiler. You
Portal.
see that in the
It
first
used
room
to be.
of the game.
No, you don't.
Yeah, there's a mirror.
There
in
is
there.
no cake.
Oh wait,
There
no,
is
you
no
can-
cake.
You look through the portal and you see, oh, it's me.
That's you can miss
There's
that though.
There is no cake.
Oh shit.
I don't even understand that one.
There's no pie.
Ah!
The pie is a lie.
But he's right there.
You've never played
Okay.
Portal. You can shut the fuck up. By the way, you can have the internet be mad at you because you've never played Portal. How about that?
Alright, sure.
I don't think that's a thing. I've never played Portal either, nor do I care for playing Portal. I don't care for puzzles and games.
It's a pretty good game.
Just like, it's an entire game of puzzles, and I don't care for that. Like, I don't care for the puzzles in Skyrim. Most of the time, I just look that up because I'm too friggin' annoyed to do it. I want to stab slash friggin' like magic or shoot things. I don't want to friggin' stop to do a puzzle. Just look up how to do this really quickly so I can so that way I don't have to spend an hour doing this.
Kunai with chain.
I don't even know if that's a spoiler. Also, it echoed through Chris's microphone, so I have to do two kunais there.
Alright, let's finish this fan fiction.
Yeah, let's do that.
Even though There's more coming, and then apparently, even though the chapters are short, we're just gonna do them one at a time.
Yep.
You gotta stretch it out as long
Gotta bide our time.
as possible.
Uh.
No, dog. Yeah, just as long as possible.
I'm just trying to get more spoilers, but I can't get any. Can't think of anything.
Really? I mean, spoilers are pretty easy to come up with.
I don't watch anything that's meta than current, like mainstream shit. I don't watch TV.
Oh, I got it. In ReZero, Subaru dies?
Oh.
That is a very shit spoiler.
Oh, that.
That's a spoiler.
People are sad about that. People are sad about that online. I don't watch the anime, but people are sad about that online, and they're like, "No,
I'm
my
sad
ship
about
is
that.
sinking.
It was so much
My
better.
ship is sinking," and I'm just like,
Fucking, it's like he's fucking chasing after silver-haired chick Amelia for like no real reason. It's like, oh hey, this chick legitimately likes you and has reason to, and is kind of nice and good person. No, okay, sure, okay, great.
Team Rhinoceros Semblance Origins by Rydile09.
John Cena.
Team Rhinoceros...
Why not put the?
Team
I don't count that.
Are you trying to do the scat man right now?
Team Rhinoceros Semblance Rydile.
Why isn't Scatman one of your trigger words?
I've never heard Scatman. I don't know. I was
God, how's
cleaning
it
and
go?
prepping my weapon like the others. You never told us about your semblance before. Harwin
And by weapon, he means his
brought up.
penis.
Thank you for making that clear distinction. I never would have known that he was talking about his penis.
Innuendos.
I doubt it's awesome like mine. It's a complicated story, bear in mind that I don't want others to know about it. I told everyone. It's one of the few things that were just like yesterday for me, starting out. I was 14 and I haven't found out of my semblance. Hey Rai, you think you can be a warrior without a semblance? One of my classmates joked about. Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know if Mar is a male or female.
Does it matter?
He's got better marks than you. My friend Mar defended me. It's a she.
"You're gonna really turn ahead
Okay,
slightly."
here's how you can
Realize Nick was
determine the
gonna regret
gender. Mar is short for Martian. And Martian sounds like that Martian from Looney Tunes.
What?
You know?
Who was in Looney Tunes? Who has Bugs Bunny? who had a shitty remake, but then they made a
Wait, but
He made a
Bugs
better
Bunny
remake
was in
of it.
Space Jam. You know what else was in Space Jam?
Lola?
No, the black guy. Who was his name? Shaq?
no. Jack.
LeBron
Shaq was in
James?
Space Jam.
LeBron James.
No,
That's
not
what it's-
LeBron. It was
I don't know.
Michael Jordan of the
Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was in Space Jam. So he obviously sounds like Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Michael Jackson sound feminine?
God damn it.
Does he? I don't know.
I've never met the guy.
Neither have I, or even heard him, to be honest.
Really?
I mean, I've heard Annie, Are You Okay? That's about it.
That's one of his songs?
Yeah? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? Are you okay? Oh, yeah.
Never
Yes,
knew.
yeah, he does kind of have a high-pitched voice. It's okay. It'll happen when it happens, reassuring her. I remember when my semblance came and scared me. I didn't mean to blow my brother a fourth of a mile down, she said and blushed embarrassed. Tee-hee.
What?
Not
What?
gonna lie, Nick, your Michael Jackson impression is really shit.
Fourth of the mile. Hold on. Fourth of the mile down. Wait a minute. What does that mean?
Quarter of a mile
Um,
blown back.
Or
I guess.
did he put him down a quarter of a mile?
What?
Underground.
Oh.
Also,
Laying
I
on top
learned
of you,
a
a quarter of a
fucking.
mile in the sky. Did he die? Who knows?
Possibility. I doubt it.
Let's keep going.
I know you tell that story, but I think you try to cheer me up. I appreciate it, really, I answered her. It had to be a day when it was raining, when we were trying to take a shortcut to the apartment complex we lived in. Some guys in hoods surrounded us on both ends of the alleyways. You two are trying to become hunters? One of the guys asks. Why does it matter to you? I asked defensively. I'm sure you wouldn't
Oh
mind...
shit!
What?
It's like a burn.
What?
Let's keep going.
I'm sure you
It's a
wouldn't
joke.
mind a gang fight. You two, and see who's tougher, another guy said. You guys are just, Mar started, but I stopped her. Let her go.
Oh, Mars a girl.
Yeah, I established that earlier.
I don't think I listen to you.
Let her go, and I'll fight you all. Right, you can't do this. I'm not letting you get hurt.
Is she
You're
a smoker?
fucking monsters, not human beings. Telling her. I'm sure you can fight us all, but we don't play fair. This one guy said.
Why is that one Christopher Walken?
The other one is Christopher Walken as well. Why do you point it out now? He had a
I thought that was
scar.
Michael Jackson.
He had a scar across his right eye and long red hair. Pulling out a gun and shoots my friend without thinking. Dodge this, Hunter, he said and aimed at me. I felt the surge of adrenaline, but I had enough to move faster than usual. Hearing the bullet loading into the chamber, I used one of my blades to cut it in half. The chamber, the bullet, or the gun?
All of it. Guy included.
Get him! He ordered the others. It was all a blur as I took out a dozen of them, and the guy was in shock. The others and himself made a run for it. I went to my friend, who was bleeding pretty bad. I discovered my semblance, I said and tried to smile. She was coughing and lightly smiled. Hearing the ambulance surrounding near...
She's coughing up blood. Like, hey, I figured out what my fucking weird superpower is. Isn't that great? Look how awesome I am. Fucking sitting there bleeding.
Sounding nearby. Just hang in there. I want to tell you my story. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Just like you tell me yours, Mar. Telling her. Trying to hold the pressure on the wound and she placed her hand over mine. I know, but live out both our dreams for us, please. She requested before dying in my arms. Oh, shit!
Oh yeah. Sweet character development. Have a sweet character development.
Good night,
Friggin-
sweet prince.
I
Wow.
wasn't expecting her to die. Like, the ambulance was coming.
Sweet character development.
Oh,
Have a
sure.
character die. Have a character die in another character's arms while they're trying to protect that said character. Yep. Free character development 101.
Star was streaming down with tears and Reiner was just quiet.
Is that right? Star was streaming down with tears?
It sounds a little weird, but whatever. I'm able to control my adrenaline by how much and time, too. I have my limits on this. I just wasn't fast enough to save my friend. I said and just put my weapon back together.
Alright, there's Rye.
Yep.
I guess everyone is someone dead, huh?
I mean, Rai has 2 people dead.
Apparently.
It's the other one.
Oh, Reiner? Was it?
No, Rye.
Hmm.
Granted, they're similar. Rye.
Yeah, this is Rai.
Alright, I'm not gonna fucking question this anymore because I don't want to be here any longer.
Also, why are there 3 chapters when there's 4 main people in the Rhinoceros team?
I believe 2 of them are summed up in one of them. Reiner and Star.
Okay. I suppose.
Hey, it's a thing we did.
Considering that they're family. Hey, we did it! Whoa!
Yeah.
Hey, clappy claps.
You suck at reading, Nick.
I suck at speaking. What are you talking about?
To be fair, Nick sucks at everything.
Ah, you're right.
Yep. Though I prefer the term blow.
Yeah, well, we'd prefer you weren't here, but you are, so deal with it.
Damn, that's harsh.
Nothing to say to that. All right. That's the end of the fucking podcast.
Made it to this point. Made it to this point and aren't Dominic. Congratulations. You get nothing. Other than a loss of what's like 3 hours of your time?
3 hours, 40 minutes, basically.
It's 3 hours, 30 minutes on the call. How is that even possible?
You dropped out at the beginning and then came back in.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I thought that was-
that 3 hours and it just passed 3 hours and 45 minutes.
Yeah, 3 hour 45 for me as well. In the car.
Wow.
You know? So, get off timed, scrub. Anyway, that was Yep.
Missing insanity.
Hey, it's the end.
It is. Of the
Ta-da.
world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world as we know it.
And
It's
we
the
just got
end of the
copyrighted.
world What? My rendition is not that close to the original.
By Nintendo.
Oh, there we go. No, they only take revenue. Oh, wait, no, there are some strikes.
If you do anything.
Yeah.
Really. If you use the syllable nin in anything, you probably already got a copyright strike.
But what about Nihon, as in Japan?
Nihon and nin are not the same thing.
Oh,
The fuck? Oh, yeah, it's Ninhon.
what about
Yes,
Ninja?
the wonderful country of Ninhon.
What about Ninja?
You probably already got 30 strikes.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, Koku Deki Quizu des. Quiz time.
It is not quiz time. It's first off, fuck that character.
But Vivi-chan is best-chan.
Fuck you.
I know you want to, but later, booby.
Why do you do like the Spanish click?
Those are smooches, like kissy kisses.
You know, you can fucking,
Great comeback. I really feel owned by that. Like, super duper owned. Like, into the ground.
You're a super duper dick.
Actually, I'm Super Mr. Ninja. Anyway, thank you all for